refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take a refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to the R2L Show. This is not Joe, Dave, and Tomo. Again, the show has been hijacked. As you know, my name is Carl, part of CTC. To my left, we got Griffey, part of Zero Sports Talk, who's been helping me hijack the show the last week. And to my right, we got my boy, MVP, J-Mo, which we'll get into it later. But me and J-Mo got something in common this weekend. But Griffey, how you doing today?
Doing good. I'm doing good. Getting ready for UEFA Champions League Leg 2. Oh my God, I'm excited for those games. Tomorrow is, I think it's Bayern first, and then after that is going to be Arsenal. And man, Arsenal's been looking bad for a number 1 seed, but we'll talk about that a different day. But yeah, that's the 2 things I'm looking forward to. Zero Sports Talk, you guys know.
J-Mo, how we doing today?
I'm doing lovely. It's wonderful that you asked. But no, I'm doing good, man. Blessed to be here. Shout out to the guys, man. Shout out to the whole R2L family. Let's talk some basketball like we normally do. Let's get it, man.
And me personally, I was doing good. Then my ace is out for 2-3 months. God dang, I can't just never had something for a long time. So I was in the chat, a Red Sox fan, schoolball coming. Schoolball's out for 2-3 months. His surgery to get his left elbow cleaned up. I said, oh, Lord. Third starting pitcher going down. But other than that, I'm great. And before we get into these topics, like Jemo said, to talk this basketball, look, I understand it's not 7 o'clock. The regular show, the main show normally starts 7 o'clock Mondays and Thursdays. We moved it an hour up because the Sixers play at 8. Obviously, we have a Sixers fan here. We wanted to get all our topics out before the start of the game because obviously we all want to watch the game. But more importantly, the Sixers fan would love to watch the game from start to finish as he has an interest in the game. So we moved it up an hour so everybody can get their opinions. We got 2 hours to get everything done and, grab some food, snacks, watch the game. So that's why we moved it up an hour. So we appreciate everybody who's tuning in earlier. Thank you for still messing with us, even though we were starting at 7, not 6. But without further ado, we're going to start with some reactions. And we have to react to LeBron James and the Lakers advancing 4-2 over the Rockets. And we do have a Lakers fan here, as Griffey said. As you know, Griffey is a Lakers fan. So, Griffey, tell us how you feel about, 1, the Lakers advancing over the Rockets, getting it done, not facing the game 7. And 2, in a blowout fashion.
Honestly, I knew we were gonna do it, but it was funny always because I felt like right after game 5, everyone was gonna be like, "Oh, they're gonna lose a 3-0 lead." I was like, "It's LeBron James. I don't care if he's 41. I don't care if he's 58. I don't care if he's 60. He's not gonna blow a 3-0 lead." Obviously, because we all know what the legacy would have been if it happened or something like that. I was like, LeBron's not going to let that happen. He's going to have one game where he goes crazy or something. And the Rockets' offense isn't consistent. As good as they shot those last 2 games, game 4 and game 5. Game 4 and game 5. They weren't going to keep that up. and they didn't, and they couldn't even score 80. It's like it's the same Rockets offense I said before the series started. You can't trust them, not consistent. I'm glad we got by. I wish we were in better circumstances because the series was longer, and then we had a bunch of game sevens, and hopefully that bought time for Luca. It doesn't look like it did, but I'm just happy we moved on to next round at least.
All right. So J-Mo, I'm gonna let you go, and I'll wrap it up since I'm starting the next topic. So, how do you feel about the Lakers advancing 4-2?
Yo, good job, LeBron, man. LeBron led them boys. LeBron didn't dominate the ball like we thought he would. Allowed Rui Hachimura. Rui Hachimura was on fire. You know what I'm saying? He gave everybody confidence. And that, did you see that pass? I thought the ball was about to hit JJ Redick. Braun caught that jump. Like,
No,
bro,
yeah.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think LeBron led the whole series in points, or at least points per game or whatever. Like it's just amazing to see what he's doing at this age, bro. Like, now I'm not gonna say, oh, it's a feather in his cap just because the Rockets weren't healthy either. KD wasn't there. He even though he looked bad that one game. But the Rockets, man, like a lot of people had questions about them before the series, and then the first 2 minutes of the series is like, oh my goodness, they offense is terrible, bro. It's terrible. And I don't know if I said this in the chat or not, but the way the Rockets looked during that series, I'm surprised KD didn't have more MVP love for carrying them to that high seed that he did, because I don't know how they ended up like with a top 5, top 6 in the West. It was almost like top 4, top 3 for real. But the last couple of weeks, Luka averaged 40 and all that stuff. But I just can't believe it, man. The Rockets I know they're gonna get their point guard back, but they got some other things they need to address for sure.
But James, I was gonna say I kind of give it a feather in his cap because he missed both his leading scorers, Austin and Luka. I know KD was out, but at the same time, even when KD is out, didn't everybody expect him to get swept anyways?
Yeah.
Even knowing, hey, KD wasn't gonna play, they were still expecting Rockets to blow him out by like 40. And I was like, I don't know where the confidence came from because I personally, it's the same Rockets offense as last year, except they don't have Jalen Green to blame now. They don't have Dylan Brooks to blame. KD, even when he was playing, they actually played worse. And people were saying they played better without KD. After they won Game 4 and Game 5, you saw the media news. Oh, maybe KD shouldn't come back. Blah 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 blah. I was like, no.
That's because they got KD trying to bring the ball up. Then he gets double teamed, so he passes it. Then they give it back to him. He get doubled again. And they pass it, and by the time somebody else, it's 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Now we got to shoot something stupid. So I feel like if they would have had Fred VanVleet this year, I'm telling you, if they would have just had a point guard, because KD has not had success without a point guard. Everywhere he's been and had success, he's had an elite, or not elite, a very good ball handler to give him the ball in his spots. So, like, I feel like if they had a point, I'm not gonna say they would have won, but I feel like this offense would look like totally different if they just had somebody, especially VanVleet. He's a proven champion and a veteran, and still a 20-point per game scorer for real. So, like, I'm not saying they would have beat the Lakers, because obviously the Lakers weren't healthy either. But bro, they just need somebody to help them get into their spots, bro, and they don't look together. Like all that KD talk with the burners and all that stuff, they just don't look like a team that wants to play with each other. They don't look cool. Like, I don't know, man. Like, they got a lot of questions to address. But I said something about the feather in the cap thing just because, if KD was playing, people was trying to bring up, like, this would help LeBron's GOAT case and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, y'all going too far now, bro. This is the first round.
No, KD won't help his GOAT case, but it'll help him, show, hey, he's
especially
still
at this age, bro. I didn't think, especially at this age, he's still
you look at KD and you look like a LeBron, and there's always like arguments about different things, but for a fact after this series, this is what I mean about a feather in his cap. For a fact, LeBron's a way better leader than he is. For a fact. Because LeBron, even with the injuries and everything, he's not on burner accounts trashing his teammates. He could have sulked. He could have been like, well, I don't have Austin and Luka, so like whatever. He could have like probably sat out games too. He's like, why do I need to go crazy? I'm 41. I already accomplished everything I need to. Nah, he went out there. He gave them boys confidence. He played like LeBron James. He shocked a lot of people. And in a series where they're supposed to get swept, they won in 6. So it's something. I'm not saying it helps his GOAT case. I really don't care about those conversations. I'm just saying, like, yo, he deserves the credit for showing what a leader he is.
Yeah, that him and KD stuff, that stuff is over. And y'all know exactly what I mean when I say this. Shout out to Reed Shepard, man. Go ahead, Carl.
Hey, real quick, my reaction to this was way to close out LeBron. LeBron, what, first had 17 points. He left his impact in the. He started off the game showing his impact, like you said, J-Mo, that baseball pass on the sideline where it looked like it was going out of bounds. That was crazy. In second half, he didn't do as much taking over scoring wise, but when he needed to score, he definitely showed up scoring. And to the GOAT convos, I mean, this is my thought before the series with KD, before we knew about the KD news. Even before the KD news, my thoughts was none of the pressure is on LeBron to win this, and all of the pressure is on the Rockets to win this because the Rockets mortgaged their future, which the Phoenix Suns and the Brooklyn Nets also did, to bring in KD, thinking he was the missing piece. So you have to win this series because the Lakers are without their two best players. And turns out KD gets hurt in practice, don't play game one. Luke Kennard hoops the first two games, not so much the rest of the series. And they go up 3-0. Now, granted, they go up 3-0 because, like J-Mo said, they didn't have a ball handler. LeBron gets to steal on Reed Shepard, plucks him from behind. A crazy, wacky event happened where it looked like LeBron and them was about to turn the ball back over, but the ball gets to LeBron and he knocked down the three. And then he almost entered in overtime game 3, but they end up going up 3-0, basically off not having a point guard. So I agree with the issues of not having a point guard. But, hey, y'all could have addressed that at the trade deadline. Y'all chose not to. That's on y'all. So I do think this was a great job of LeBron to, getting his team not to force a game 7 because he is getting up there. And it does seem like some of those games in games 4 and 5, like his age did kind of hinder him a little bit because the quick turnarounds, traveling from LA to Houston and back to Houston, from LA to Houston. So the travel, the games, only a day off. At 41, that can get to you. But he did a great job closing them out, scoring when needed to. And the Lakers also did a great job helping him with that. I want to say Rui Hachimura had a big game as well. He was knocking down 3-point shots on the wing for the Lakers. So great win for them. Move on. Rockets, like J-Mo said, and like Griffey said, got some questions to address. And J-Mo, you did say that in the chat that KD definitely deserves some MVP love due to how the Rockets look without him. I remember you said that. But shout out to the Lakers for getting the job done. Shout out to LeBron for moving on. And Ime got some questions to address too, because granted, they won 2 games. It looked like they just won 2 games. The Lakers' offense just was not it. Games 4 and 5, while the Rockets just looked slightly better. It's not like the Rockets looked that much. Well, game 4, yes. Game 5, not really. But
I did say though, I was like, eventually the Rockets shots are gonna go in, just basically because of odds, law of averages.
That's what it looked like.
But it's just not going to be sustainable. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. The odds just tilted back to the Rockets' favor because that's just how it's going to work from time to time. So
the Udoka's comments after the games, he's not a players coach at all. My man said, they just call him dumb. I'm like,
yeah, but we done. Everybody got their piece off of the Lakers Rockets.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to my series. You see my name. I'm still alive. We got the Pistons Magic, where the Magic blow a 3-1 lead a la T-Mac and Doc Rivers in 2003. The Pistons win Game 7, 116-94. Now, the game was a lot closer than the score indicates. We took over late in the second quarter, Tobias Harris went on a 10-0 run himself. I don't know 10-0, but 10 points straight, I should say. My apologies. 10 points straight by himself. Then the third quarter, we just had blitzed them in the third. And the fourth quarter, we kind of like cruised, which started to anger me, I ain't going to lie, because they started doing the press, and we act like we ain't never seen the press through AAU, through middle school, through high school. None of that. Like, nobody was in the middle to help alleviate the press. We was going right in the trap spots easily, getting the ball taken away, Cade included. We actually took out Cade while they were pressing, which didn't make sense to me, and left Duncan Robinson on the floor. You take away a ball handler and leave on the floor a non-ball handler, but that was quickly changed. But ultimately, the Pistons win 4-3, coming back down 3-1. Now, my reaction, I can't lie to y'all. And I see y'all comments, and I will answer this question in a second. I can't lie to y'all, man. Down 3-1, the way we ended games 3 and game 4, I thought we would cook. I thought we would win game 5, and game 6 we might be out of there. And I was almost right. But thank God the Magic started shooting bricks. Man, shout out to Gucci and Yo Gotti, man. It was just Brick City in Orlando. Because, golly, they missed 23 straight shots at one point. I thought I'd never see a worse performance than the Rockets Warriors. What was that, Game 7? When they missed like 27 straight threes?
Mm-hmm.
And I technically didn't see it. And I'll give you the backstory behind it. We were down 22 at halftime. I said, man, we should have just lost Game 5. We're going to play like this. I'm turning on the Cavs and Raptors. So as I'm watching Cavs and Raptors, y'all know the scores are the top left. I see the score. I say we start coming back. I'm like, hold on. And we coming back. Maybe I'm the issue. I'm not turning back on this game because maybe we might come back because I'm not watching. And then we took the lead. And I said, for sure, I'm not going back to this game. If we was down 24 at one point because I'm not watching, then I'm going to just have to sacrifice not watching this game because maybe I'm the issue. And we ended up winning by 14. So I didn't watch it because I just thought I was the jinx that day. It is what it is. But shout out to the Magic. Shout out Paolo. Definitely respect to Paolo. Paolo brought it games 5 and game 7. Game 6, he had 17, 0 for 9 from 3. But in closeout opportunities in Detroit, he brought it. His teammates, however, they helped build renovations for the Detroit Little Caesars Arena. And our stadium's new, so appreciate it, though. But JB Bickerstaff, I got on him game 1 for taking out Asar and Cade and missed a 10-0 run with 5 minutes left in the third. I thought that was very foolish. And he only played Asar 9 to 10 minutes. I said Asar has to play this series. His impact defensively is too big to be on the bench. A lot of people say he's a liability offensively. I say he turns defense into offense, as you saw in Game 7, had multiple steals lead to his own offense and fast breaks. And not only that, him sitting in a dunker, him cutting to the basket, that can be where Asar manufactures his offense. So he had 16 steals, 16 blocks in the series. Definitely one of the best defenders in the league. So I was happy I seen that. Number 2, Karis LeVert got benched. Oh, my Lord, am I tired of Karis LeVert coming in the game missing open layups. I said, get Karis LeVert out the series. Game 6, Game 5. Did not play Game 7. Thank you, JB. So, and lastly, Paul Reed. I asked for Paul Reed to get some minutes in Game 5. And Paul Reed has, when he comes in, affected the game in a positive manner. So shout out Paul Reed. But the last person I have to give some credit to, Jalen Duren. Now, games 1 through 6, you get nothing from me. I'm sorry. But last night, he brought it. He brought the Jalen Duren that I thought I would see throughout the entirety of this series. Now, offensively, could he have been a little bit better? Yes, but I got to take what I can get after games 1 through 6. But Duren, Game 7, defensively, great in helping defend pick and roll, recovering, swatting shots, getting boards. He had a dunk down the lane that reminded me of the old Duren. So, have to give credit to Jalen Duren. But the last 2 people, obviously, that's going to get the credit. The best 2 players on our team this series. One being Cade Cunningham, obviously, who averaged over 30 this series. And Tobias Harris. I told Tay when we did the Magic Pistons preview that Tobias Harris steps up his game for the Pistons last year in the playoffs. And he was going to do it again this year. And what a better time to get your only 30 ball than in a Game 7 closeout winners takes all game. Tobias Harris had an absolutely phenomenal game for the Pistons yesterday. So shout out them, shout out my boys, and we move on to play the Cavs. Now, there was this one question, y'all can answer it. He asked, and shout out to you, Tristan Young. He asked, do you guys think the Pistons have a chance to make the finals? Absolutely. Boston blew a 3-1 lead. Shout out my boy over here. Blew a 3-1 lead. That was everybody's favorite. Now, we got to get past Cleveland, which we will talk about later, and I think that's going to be a tough task in its own right. But I like our chances if we get past Cleveland to either beat my boys' Philly team, which I think will be a great series, or the Knicks. So I think the Pistons definitely have a chance to make the finals. I even said that in our preview of the Pistons Magic. Anybody else want to jump in on this question?
No, they got a chance. It'll be a tall task, but they got a chance.
Yeah, I'm going to say, yeah, they got a chance because honestly, the team, besides the Knicks, every other team in the East was in the exact same situation with a Game 7, not down 3-1, whatever, but I'm saying like everyone played a Game 7 and also had their moments where they look shaky. So I was like, if you don't believe in the Pistons, who do you believe in? Like, I honestly think any of the 4 teams can make the finals in the East, any single one. So I was like, how do you think another team in the East you believe in more than the Pistons when they all pretty much are in the same boat?
Yeah, now if you ask me, do I think the Pistons going to win the finals? Absolutely not. But making it, yes, we do have a chance. I don't think we beat the Spurs or the Thunder. Now you gonna say, hey man, we went 1-1 against the Thunder. Shea didn't play. I don't think in that either one of those games. But I don't got us winning the finals, but I think we can make the finals. But appreciate the question. Also, another one. Shout out my brother. He asked, do y'all think Cade is underrated, overrated, or neither? I think he's kind of underrated a little bit. I don't be really hearing too many people talk about Cade beyond the chat.
Nah, I think he's
I think he's right where he's at.
I think last year he was underrated. I think he's perfectly rated now because he was in like MVP talks. He was in like, oh, when a player goes out and you're like, oh, this team's gonna struggle. That's the talks they had when Cade had the collapsed lung. So he's reached that status where we know he's the most important Piston in the on the team. He's the most important player. He's reached that status. And we expect him to go off for 30, honestly. I expect him to go off 30 every game for the playoffs from here until he faces maybe Oklahoma City or the Spurs.
Hey, shout out to that. Speaking of Cade, if y'all see that rib cage he playing, look like he an NFL quarterback in 06 with that flat jacket he got on. My Lord, protect that lung at all costs. I think that's all the questions we have in the chat. Shout out to y'all, and hey, keep asking questions if you got them. But JMO, no, Griffey, talk to me about Pistons Magic.
Yeah, shout out Dennis Jenkins, by the way. He didn't mention him. He didn't mention him, but shout out.
I forgot, my fault. Shout to my head, not my heart.
Great game coming off the bench. Shockingly enough, yeah, they played Paul Reed. Didn't see much from Stewart, but Jalen Duran deserves the flowers for all the flack he's been getting all series long. Azor Thompson, just like his brother, a great defensive player. But I'm gonna talk about the Magic real quick because to me, the Magic are like the East version of the Rockets. It's like it's a team that is offensively challenged, and they thought they addressed it too, bringing in Desmond Bane and everything. And I was shocked. I'm not going to lie to you, Carl. I was shocked you guys were down 3-1. I was like, what is going on? How is this happening? I'm looking at the games and I'm seeing the scores, the points and everything. And I'm like, nah, this can't keep going for the Magic. It's just like, it doesn't feel real. Maybe they can close it out. I was like, maybe they got one more game in them. But I was like, eventually, man, them shots are not going to go. And then what happened? Them shots did not go. And to be fair, a lot of people talking about, Franz was hurt and stuff like that. But at the same time, he be having those moments too where he's in droughts. The only one that doesn't is Paolo sometimes. And even he does. He did in like game 6, I think, where he only scored like
game 6. Yeah, he did a game 6. He did a game 1. He started with 17, ended with 23.
Yeah, I was like, there's not that consistent like shooting from this team. I mean, I see guys going 0 for 4, 0 for 4, 0 for 1, 1 for 4, 1 for 4, 1 for 3. I'm like, yeah, that seems like the Magic I know. It's like when they're shooting the 3, that's usually the numbers I usually see from the Magic. But I didn't understand why the Pistons were down. But I guess that momentum of being the AC coming out of the play-in, feeling like you can win. It was bound to catch up to them, but they just couldn't get one more game of consistent shooting. I mean, what was it, game 6 where they missed like how many in a row? Like
23 straight.
23. I was like, yeah, this is definitely a team that struggles with their offense. Desmond Bane did not show up like they expected him to when they got him from Memphis. He was supposed to be that guy that like really opened up the floor and helped the offense and helped. I mean, Paolo really didn't need that much help. He was going off the entire series except for game 6 and game 1. But Desmond Bane was supposed to be that number 2 with Franz gone, and he just isn't that kind of a scorer. He's not the KD. He's not a Steph. He's not a guy who can just go off for 30, 40 to help co-star. And yeah, I wish I could say I'm shocked they blew it, but I'm not that really. Not just because they're an 8 seed, but it's just like I don't see that offense being consistent, just like the Rockets.
JMO?
Funny, Griffin. I wasn't shocked they blew it, but I wasn't shocked they was up 3-1 either. Like when the Magic lost to us in the play-in. I'm like, they gotta play Charlotte. I wanted Charlotte to win because I'm like, I want to see Charlotte and Detroit in the first round. But once they drew the Magic, I'm like, this could be a tough matchup because they like to do what they like to do. The Pistons like to get gritty, defense, physical, and don't have much shooting. They got more shooting than Orlando, but don't have much shooting. And that's Orlando. Like Orlando, they got big wings. But the one caveat is I'm saying, now I don't think Jalen Duren is a scorer by any stretch. I didn't say he was going to average 20 this series, but I'm like, okay, this is a matchup of two gritty teams, elbowing, setting hard screens, being physical, rebound. I'm like, this is Duren's type of game. He's the biggest dude on the court. Whoever they face in the first round, he's going to dominate the matchup. He's going to dominate the boards. He's going, you know what I mean? And he was getting dominated by Wendell Carter, bro. I'm like,
Wendell Carter had that Angel Reese boost.
That joint ran out at the game 4.
I'm like, bro,
ran out.
Bro? I was just so disappointed in Durant. I'm like, I'm not even worried about the 20 points, bro. But like, look at his rebounds. He had one double-double the whole series.
And it was game 7.
Now, thank goodness he did it when he absolutely needed to. You know, him and Dennis Jenkins. But, yeah, man, the Magic are offensively challenged. They've been this way since they've gotten Paolo and Franz. They got them too, but they don't have much shooting around them, and they don't have a point guard. Paolo has to play point guard a lot, and he's slowing the offense down. Not in a bad way because, like, he is the offense, but it's just that, you know, he takes a while to get into his stance, and a lot of times he don't get into the mid-range and then get the ball. He got to bring the ball up, set the play up, and then get it back. Like, it just they don't have an offense. And shout out to the coach. I think the coach is getting entirely too much hate, Orlando.
You talking about Jamal Mosley?
Yes, I think he's getting too much hate. I ain't saying he's the perfect coach, but it seems like the players aren't getting any blame.
I feel
it's all on the coach. And I'm like, bro, do you see what he's working? Look at the effort they're spewing out there sometimes. Like they don't like him, so they're not playing hard. They want to get him fired sometimes. And I'm like, I don't understand why they're getting so much on the coach, but the Magic, I think they need to get a point guard, man. I think they need to get a point guard. They need some guys that can hit shots. They need some shooters. You know what I mean? They don't need guys that can shoot. They need a couple of shooters. I think there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Pistons, though. JB Bickerstaff, my coach of the year. Should be coach of the year. Landslide, if you ask me.
Me too, but Detroit don't get awards.
If you ask me, I don't think it's a conversation. They're trying to give it to Missoula.
Mitch Johnson.
Mitch Johnson, like he don't got like come on, man. Like if you want to go like the criteria they trying to boost Missoula up, put JB Bickerstaff in that same criteria. He should get boosted up even higher. He's number 1 all season long. And the preseason predictions, nobody had Detroit being number 1 at all. Nobody. So I think JB Bickerstaff to me is a runaway coach of the year. Shout out to K. After they went down 3-1, I think he averaged like 37, 36 points a game. Carl, how many times I told you on the phone last year he learned that, hey, I'm going to have to score 30 sometimes. I can't average 24, 25 no more. In the playoffs, I got to average 30, 35 points. And K was doing his thing, man. And last but not least, I'm going to shout out the whole team like Asar Thompson. Like, the man is unbelievable. He's unbelievable. But the last Tobias Harris. Now, might seem like I hate Tobias because he was over here in Philly and this and that, but you gotta understand, man. We gave the man he was like the highest paid player on our team for about 2-3 years. They gave him a huge contract, got rid of Jimmy for this dude, so he had a lot of expectations. But he's a guy that's a vet. He's a pro's pro, and he can do everything well. He can defend well. He can shoot. He can score on his own. He's a leader. He's vocal. He's a great piece to have. I think he settled into his role perfectly. I think that if y'all had another bucket getter, the second K, I think he'll slide into that third role even more perfectly. You know what I mean? Because he's not going to average 20 in the playoffs all the time like that. So,
no.
Man, shout out to Tobias. Them boys couldn't do nothing with him. Everybody's saying he went crazy on the last game. That was luck. Man's averaged 20.
Yeah.
He's averaging over 20 the whole series. So I don't see nothing lucky about it, man. They couldn't do nothing with him, man. It was one time he had Anthony Black in the post. Excuse me. midi. I'm like, they can't do nothing with this dude, bro. So shout out to the Pistons, man. Y'all did y'all thing, and you know, man. Hopefully, they keep doing their thing.
Yeah, shout out J. Cole, man. Look, before
Order
we move on.
one time.
Oh, copyright. They don't hit nothing. You don't hit nothing. Anyway, because we already got copyrighted when they played the Orlando Magic song, so I'm trying to protect us. But before we move on, shout out to Joe, shout out to J-Mo. They both called me down 3-1 when I was crashing out on my team because I do get emotional behind the Pistons. Sometimes I wish I ain't care about sports as much as I do, but unfortunately, it is what it is. But that leads us to being here on this platform talking sports. They both called me and was like, bro, y'all have a chance, bro. Y'all not cooked. And they both kept telling me, I'm like, bro, we're going to win game 5, but I don't know about game 6. He's like, no, look, bro, y'all really have a chance, bro. You're not cooked. And we actually won. So shout out to them for, just telling me, like, it's not over yet. I did want to shout them out. And lastly, Richard McDowell, I see all your comments, but we're literally about to talk about Philly next. So we're going to address everything you're saying with Philly and Knicks and everything like that. Just want to do it in the proper context of the topics of the show. But I definitely see you, and I definitely appreciate you being in the comment section. We will address you. Speaking of, we'll now move on. Everybody good? Everybody got their piece? We're going to move on from 1-3-1 lead to another 3-1 lead. The 76ers come back down 3-1 against the Celtics. Now, they were down 3-1. Won a game 5, game 5 was actually kind of close for a while, and then I think it ended up being lopsided, but game 6 was a blowout. Tatum gets hurt in game 6, but they were already down big before Tatum got hurt. And it was a lot of people were mad at Tatum saying he could have played game 7. Why would you want Tatum to risk an opposite Achilles injury and go through another year of not playing? That made no sense. But anyway, Philly gets the job done. Jaylen Brown had some comments otherwise at the game 7, but I'm not starting this off. We got a Sixers fan here. We're going to have J-Mo start off the segment. Talk to us about the Sixers-Celtics series.
Man, shout out to my squad, man. We came a long way. I know it's just the first round, bro, but it was such a breath of fresh air to see my team finally getting their stuff together, bro. Like I feel like everything this year happening for a reason. It seemed like that appendix surgery just brought a new dog out of Joel Embiid. Like he was so pressed to come back, and we tied it up 1-1 the first 2 games, and we had a chance to win game 3, and we smoked it at the end. We gave the game away. Could have been up 2-1, and he could have sat out one more game. But when we went down 2-1, he came back. When he came back the first game, I'm like, bro, he's commanding so much attention. He's not hitting none of his shots. We brought him back, and we playing through him like he's 100%, and he's not, bro. He's messing up our offense. This is not working. Like, if he's going to be out there commanding all the attention, he's going to have to hit his shots. Because if he's 3 for 10, it's not going to work, bro. He's already not the elite defensive person that he is. So, like, if he's not cooking on offense, it's like, why is he out here? He's messing up our offense. We might as well just keep running through our backcourt and see what we got for the future. And then the first half of game 4 happens. And I'm like, it's the same thing, bro. Like, he started off like 3 for 12, shooting all middies, threes. I'm like, this is the same thing, bro. Here we go again. He's messing up the offense. And then second half, it just seemed like he said, hold on. I don't think they have anybody that can guard me in the paint. And he started going to work, bro. He looked like 2017, 2018 and be like, he looked like he was just going to work. Only thing he wasn't doing was dunking. Other than that, I'm talking about elbows, post fades, like sliding on defense. Like, he started balling, bro. And like it was just refreshing to see. And shout out my boy Maxey. He closed the deal. You know what I'm saying? My man Embiid dominates the game last 2 minutes. My man Maxey closed. Paul George. Like, I want to say this because the national media, like a lot of people in the national media did not want to give Sixers any credit until we won the series. Every time we lost the game, it's because Boston is better. Every time we won a game, it's because Boston missed threes. But nobody talks about us shooting 22% from 3. Why is Boston missing all these threes? You don't give us no credit for that aggressive defense we playing. How we come in and force the issue. Paul George, VJ, and Maxey getting up in their chest and playing aggressive defense. Quentin Grimes coming off the bench, playing great defense. Like, he surprised me. I knew he was a good player, bro, but he was like taking it personal on defense. So I'm like, how are we not? I'm not saying we a better team, bro. Everybody know Boston is a better team till Embiid come back, but can we get some credit for the good things that we are doing in this series, man? So I want to talk about Game 7. I love the body language and the attitude of my team in Game 7. We weren't celebrating no buckets. We weren't getting hype on no calls. We came focused, ready to handle business. And that's what I love about the Game 7. It was at one point, I think we was up like 9, and they called a BS call and called it out on us. Nick Nurse said, challenge that. I don't care if it's the first quarter and we up, challenge it. We need every possession. I'm trying to go up 20 right now. So that's what I love about Nick Nurse in that Game 7. So, man, I'm just proud of my team. I don't want to hear no excuses about Tatum. We had no excuses about Embiid all these years. We be hurt every year and we choke artists. So I don't want to hear no excuses about no injuries. We could play the equipment managers the rest of the playoffs, and I wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying? Because we got no love for always being hurt. So I just want to say shout out to my squad, man. You know what I'm saying? We held it down. And Boston, I want to say this real quick about Boston. I ain't saying Mazzulla is a terrible coach, but he's got some questionable things since he's been there. Like, the first year he was there, 2023, they went down 0-3. Like, other than the 2024 year when they won the chip, when they by far had the best roster, he has had some catastrophic failures in the playoffs. 2023, they went down 0-3 to Miami. Yeah, they came back, but why you down 0-3? And with home court advantage. Like, that's crazy. The next year they won the chip. 2025, they lose to the Knicks, who they were heavily favored against with the same roster they just won the chip with. And then this year they up 3-1 and collapsed again, all because Mazzulla won't shoot threes. And then he put Luka Garza in that weak lineup in to start the game 7. They've never played a minute on the court together. That lineup has never been on the court all season. And he waits till Game 7 to try to switch something up. So I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but, like, he need to get some conversations on him. Like, what they going to do? Are they going to keep shooting these threes when we got Tatum and Brown, two of the best shot creators that can get into the paint and do stuff, but why we keep shooting threes? So yeah, man, other than that, shout out to my squad, man. Let's keep trusting the process. Let's keep it going.
All right, so I'll start this one off after J-Mo. First of all, to your Mazzulla point, I'm seeing a lot. Well, I'm not even seeing a lot of people. I'm seeing a big NBA creator. Shout out Legend of Winning. Excuse me. He called him Chat GPT coach. So because of the numbers and everything. So you ain't the only one. But J-Mo has said this to me off air multiple times. But my thoughts, I kind of like J-Mo thoughts. When Philly would win, they would say it's because Boston was missing threes. But when Game 1 happened, and Philly at one point was 2 for 18 from 3, nobody said Boston won because Philly couldn't hit a 3. They just said Boston won because they're better. Now, Game 2 happened, and Philly came out, smacked them in the mouth on the road, and tied it. Game 3, close game. Brown, Tatum hit some big shots. Peyton Pritchard hit like a big 3, and they pulled away late. Game 4, Embiid's return, it got ugly. Embiid, like you said, commanded a lot of the offense. I feel like Maxey, they didn't really get Maxey and PG going, and it led to a blowout. I feel like Embiid kind of caught on late, as Griffey has difficulties. But I feel like Embiid kind of caught on late, but it was already over. Then Game 5 through 7 happened. Embiid just slowly got back in rhythm. He finally got his. I think what happened was he came back 2 weeks directly after appendectomy surgery. So he had to get his rhythm back. Like, you're coming off of surgery. This normally takes regular working men out of week works for at least 2 weeks. We're talking about an NBA professional who has injury concerns out the wazoo, having another surgery, was injury riddled throughout the year. Who knows if he actually ever got his win throughout the regular season. Now he's out for another 2 weeks, come back in the thick of a playoff series. So I think once he got his win right, once he got his legs up under him, that's when you saw the Embiid that the Celtics couldn't stop. And it showed itself games 5 through 7. I'm with J-Mo. Tatum got hurt, but Tatum was there game 5. Y'all could have closed him out game 5. Tatum got hurt, but the game was kind of getting out of reach while Tatum was in the game 6. So game 7, hey, y'all put yourself in this predicament to be without him in game 7. That's on y'all. Should have closed them out. And y'all had a chance late game 7 to win it. I want to talk about the Jaylen Brown comments a little bit. Jaylen Brown complained about the push off and how he was targeted, and he showed the PG push off. But what was that? What you did to Maxey down 1 when you missed the midi? When Maxey flew into Joel Embiid and Joel Embiid was grabbing at his knee. Looked the same to me. And you missed the shot. PG made it. You missed it. There was no call. He said, hold up,
Carl. There's another play. I think that's game 5. He drove to the cup, pump fake, and Embiid jumped, and he leaned in through his shoulder at Embiid knee. Like every time you jump, he does that. And it's like, bro, that's not a push off. That's similar to a push off. Like I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, my thing is like, not only did you do it and not get called for it like you said you would have, so that you were wrong, but you talked about the flopping. Joel Embiid is like 300 pounds, bro. You can actually foul him. If he don't sell it, they might not call it because of how big Embiid is towards you. He has to sell the call because you really just fouled him, but he's strong enough where they like, man, y'all know how it is when y'all in the park. You too big to be calling a foul. Well, refs, they humans too. They might do the same thing if you don't sell the call. So I think Jaylen Brown kind of went out sad with those excuses, bro. Just take your L, you lost. You missed an open 3 to Peyton Pritchard. That's not your fault. You made the right read. I don't know why people was blaming Jaylen Brown for that. Peyton Pritchard was wide open in the corner. I thought it was good. He missed. You missed the midi doing the same thing to Tyrese Maxey. You missed. Y'all missed shots down the stretch. Y'all missed some middies. Y'all missed some threes. Derek White had a heck of a game for y'all, but down the stretch, he missed. You just lost. You didn't stop Tyrese Maxey from driving to the basket on back-to-back, but that's not saying him specifically, but the Boston Celtics. Maxey got to the basket easily. And let's not forget, Maxey missed a wide open layup down the stretch that I was shocked he missed. So y'all ain't got no excuses. Mouth getting dry. I got to drink some water. But y'all ain't got no excuses. Philly, they got Embiid back. They got healthy. They won. It is what it is. So I'm going to let Griffey go. I'll drink this water. Griffey, talk to me about Celtics 76ers.
All right. I'm glad you talked about that whole Jaylen thing because I've never seen someone ruin their reputation so fast in 24 hours than Jaylen Brown. That was unnecessary. He needed to turn it off. You didn't need to do all that. Ain't no one believing you because we all have eyes. We all have eyes. We saw what happened. You guys undoubtedly choked. And it wasn't because, we just missed shot. It wasn't because of the refs. It's because Philly outplayed you. Outplayed. There's no question about it. And I'm going to give Cleveland, Philly all their flowers. They did it. They were the better team. I don't want to hear this whole Celtics had a better team. No, Philly had the better team because the better team doesn't lose 4 games in a series. I'm sorry. Y'all did. A better team doesn't choke a 3-1 lead either. They did. And the other team doesn't go on stream and start crying like about the refs like they're a Twitter fan. Like that was like, what are you, Kevin Durant Jr. over here? Why are you doing this? That makes no sense. Shout out Philly, man. They played a heck of a series when they went down 3-1, man. Joel Embiid, you can't question his heart. He put it all out there. You cannot question that man's heart. He really wanted it, especially against Boston. He wants that. It means a lot to him. Obviously, everyone talks about, they're 0-3 against the Celtics. And every year, bro, I don't understand this logic of the Celtics are just the superior team in the East. Because besides that 2024 run, which I need to remind people because I had it right here. I looked it up just to refresh my memory. They faced the Heat, injured. They faced the Cavs. Both their stars got injured. And then they faced the Pacers. Didn't Hallie get injured too? Yeah.
I don't think Hallie got hurt.
I don't think he got hurt.
The Pacers just weren't good enough. They swept them.
I could have sworn he got hurt too.
Hallie got hurt.
I'm thinking about
in the finals.
I'm thinking about Brunson. Brunson got hurt against the Pacers.
Yeah.
They didn't face the Knicks because Brunson got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, it was like, and then they faced Luka team that they just outmatched. So there's no excuse there. They just outmatched the Mavericks. But it wasn't like that impressive of a run to me. It never was. It was like, they played the same way. Like, I want to go back to like one of the games against the Pacers that I watched, and they swept them. But one of the games was like Jason Tatum had like 26 points, and Jaylen Brown had like 29, and Tatum shot 3 of 11 from 3. It was the same game plan they had it, and I think what was Derek White was like 2 of 9, and then like um who else was playing? Drew Holiday was there, and he was like 2 of something. Like they were still chucking up the same shots and still shooting the same percentage. They had Sam Hauser, he was like 1 of 5. It was like it's the same Celtics team. Nothing's changed. The only difference is the competition they played in 2024 wasn't up to par as it is now. And it's like we've seen it the last 2 years. They have that same game plan. They still have a good roster. They can't get it done. It's like I don't know what Joe Mazzulla is doing. If he's like really into this live by the 3, die by the 3 game plan, but we can't just sit here and say, "Oh, the Celtics just missed shots." No, bro, that's their whole game plan for years. And you give them credit when they win. You gotta give the other team credit when they lose because Philly definitely caused them to miss those shots. They were rattled. They weren't prepared. They weren't. It's kind of like they were surprised Philly picked up the aggressiveness and Philly ended up playing way better. It's like they caught them off guard. But how do you get caught off guard? What 3 straight games like to lose the series? It's like what is the excuse? I was like, I understand. Oh, you're up 3-1 and you lose the next game. Oh, they came out they back against the wall. Philly came out and they punched us in the mouth. What about those next 2 games, bro? No, you just got outplayed at that
And
point.
you had home court.
And you had home court. Yeah, exactly. After that, after like getting punched in the mouth and then going back to like Philly, it's like what was the response after that? None. They went into a shell. They had no response. They had nothing. Now Jaylen Brown wants to go on. What was he on Twitch or something? Like,
Twitch.
Yeah. Now he wants to go on Twitch and talk about it was the refs. They had an agenda. Blah, blah, blah. Bro, stop, bro. You're in the league. You played the game. You were there. You're not a fan. Stop being Kevin Durant 2.0. I don't understand this. I was like, I know I'm a Laker fan and I should hate Boston, but I never had a problem with Jaylen Brown. Never did. Never thought he was this kind of guy. But man, I lost so much respect for him last night because why? Turn off the stream, bro. There was no reason for that. He's only here really doing a full rundown of the game.
Well, I'll stop you real quick. He does do that after every game. That wasn't the issue with me.
I know that.
The issue was the refs and all the trying to explain if I did it. That's where I had the issue.
No, I know that. I know he goes on like he's like Mookie Betts with the Dodgers. He's over here doing his own thing online. But I'm just saying, why come up with these excuses? Why say all this? Why literally you over here dapping up Embiid at the end of the series, then go on and trash him online on a stream for no reason, bro? Like for something that you do, everyone does. Like I said, we have eyes. We see. You can't fool us. You can't be like, I'm the only one in the entire league that doesn't flop. I'm the only one. I play this ethical brand of basketball. You do it too. Like, stop. And all these people in the 90s, there wasn't no flopping. I seen videos of Jordan flopping. I seen video of Magic flopping. I seen video of Bird flopping. Why do we act like only a select few people do this? You all try to get the call. Like, you all try to get, it's part of the game at this point. You all try to do it. And the fact that you come in on stream and you're so hurt about the loss that you have to make up this whole agenda against Embiid, who played his heart out. And, like, there shouldn't be anyone hating on Embiid for what he did. None. Zero. Especially you. You should tip your cap. Because you were 3-0 against him in the playoffs. He finally beat you. You don't need to drag him. Where was this when you were beating him in the playoffs? You never mentioned this. Now all of a sudden it's a problem. Like, that's all I gotta say.
I got it.
Shout out Sixers.
I agree with that. Shout out Cool Breeze 718. He got a question, and I didn't forget about your other question about the Spurs, but I'm gonna try to put it in when we talk about either the Thunder or the Spurs because it kind of pertains to both of them. He says, should Tatum have come back or just let them boys rock out for the year? One, I got a question for you, then I'll answer it. Is this because of the Brandon Jennings tweet? But secondly, I think Tatum should have came back. I mean, it was up 3-1 with Tatum. So I think he should have came back. It sucks that he got hurt again, but it wasn't the same leg. It was a different leg. So unfortunate he got hurt, but I feel like he should have came back. just a very unfortunate circumstance. Anybody else want to answer that?
I'm not mad he came back, but after I did some research, of course they say because of this injury on the other leg, he overcompensates for this leg, which is why I ended up getting stiff and hurt or whatever. But I looked it up, bro. I think he's playing like 36 minutes a game, 37 minutes a game since he come back. Like they threw him right into the fire. They didn't ease him into the rotation. He came back taking 17, 18 shots, 19 and 10 boards off the break. And it's like, yeah, that's good production, but like now that I'm thinking about it, is that really you know what I mean? Because he ended up not playing the 7th game. So like maybe if they would have rested him like more towards the end of the season, and
because
then
he was locked in for a 2 seed for a while.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe if they would have rested him a little bit, they got the 2 seed without him before he came back. I think like if they just would have rested him a little bit, maybe they could have closed the series out sooner, or maybe you know what I mean. You never know. I'm just saying like now that I'm thinking about it, that's a lot of minutes to be playing fresh off that injury, and you came back from the injury early. That's a lot of minutes to be playing per game.
Yeah, I do agree with the overcompensation thing. I literally was telling my granddad that could have been what it is, but ultimately, if Tatum can go, you got to let him go now. Could they have handled that situation better, like you said? Absolutely. You could have started him off maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, then slowly start to rise his minutes so that way he can get his accustomed to getting back on the floor because he is coming back from a major injury. But it's no way. If Tatum is ready to go, I say, nah, you're not playing.
He should come back.
It's
and I agree with you, Griffey. All them missed shots, that's their formula. That's what they do. So don't try to make no excuses when you missing. I mean, Jeff Bezos couldn't buy them a 3 in the 4th quarter. Like they went like 0 for 9 in the last 6 minutes of the game. Like they was tripping. They was tripping. And then Carl, that pass you talking about when Cater was cutting down the middle?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tatum would have made that pass to Cater.
Yeah, he missed it.
Tatum would have made that pass to Cater. Instead, Jaylen Brown tried to swing for a 3, although it was wide open. Tatum would have made that pass to Cater, I'm sure.
Yeah. Anything else anybody want to say before we move on to the actual new series?
All right, I wanted to say this because I didn't get to talk about the Tatum injury thing. Tatum, like this is something I'm worried about, and I'm gonna get into that when we talk about Lakers, OKC, about rushing the player back. It's like they always get re-injured, man. They always get re-injured. It happened with Halliburton last season. It happened. I forgot who it was. I think it was like Darius Garland. He came back. It happened with Harden in the Nets. He was still like limping. KD in the Warriors. It always happens, which is why I always like iffy when they said, "Oh, he's back early." I'd be like cringing a little bit. And I understand what you guys are saying about the limit of the minutes restrictions, but I gotta go with like JJ Redick on this. There's no minutes restriction in the playoffs, man.
No, we were saying in the regular season.
I'm saying when he came back in the regular season, he was playing 37, 36 minutes a game off the break.
That's why I was going to address the comment. I tried to find it by a good time. Shout out to you to be in the comments. He got it. He thought we were talking about the playoffs. No, Tatum came back with like 20 games left in the regular season.
Okay.
We were saying in that regular season.
I was gonna say because it's like every game means a lot, and you can go home every game. But that's the problem, man. When you come back from these injuries, no one's gonna blame you for going hard in the playoffs, and everyone's gonna talk a lot of ish if you don't go hard in the playoffs.
They talking trash
like
now.
They're talking right now. So it's like live by the sword, die by the sword. It's like those rushing injuries to coming back. It's like, is it really worth it? I mean, thankfully, I don't think he got anything more serious anymore. I think they sat him and everything, but I don't think it's gonna linger on to next season. So they're gonna be good. But that's what you play with when you rush a player back from injury, a serious injury like he had.
Also, real quick before we move on, this is not about the topic. Good times. We appreciate you in the comments. This show is, however, PG. So one of your comments I can't put up here because there's cursing in it. But we do appreciate you being in the comment section. I just had to let you know. That's why I had to skip the one comment you had. But we'll move on to, again, new series. We have the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference semifinals. And we're going to start, since we're talking about the Sixers, we're going to start with the Sixers, Knicks. Now, what's his name again? Let me find him again. My fault. Oh, can I even go that far up? This is where I need you in the comments, Richard McDowell, because you were talking all that Knicks stuff while we weren't talking about Sixers Knicks. Now we're talking Sixers Knicks. We got the Knicks 76ers coming up today, 8 o'clock on
I saw
NBC.
his comments.
Yeah, I posted them, but I didn't read them because we was doing different topics. But I put them up here. Yep, they're on NBC or Peacock, whatever your viewing choice. And it's actually gonna be like 8:10. Y'all know it's never 8 o'clock, but 8:10 for real. J-Mo, you the 76ers fan. I'm not gonna ask you who wins because we know your answer. But how many games and why?
Sweep. It's like, no, I'm chilling. No. I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a dog fight, man. As long as my guys are on the floor. I think as long as my guys are on the floor, it's gonna be a dog fight. Now, one person, this might sound crazy, but one person I'm really worried about is Mitchell Robinson, bro. He kills the offensive glass. He kills the offensive glass. And we gave up so many offensive boards against the Celtics. So I'm hoping that Mitchell Robinson is in the game when Drummond is in the game. Because Drummond going, match his energy on them boards. But yeah, man, I like our chances, man. A couple years ago when we played them, Maxey and Joel Embiid averaged 30, but nobody else averaged over double digits. Nobody else. So, VJ Edgecombe, Paul George. I think we have almost if we healthy, we almost have a perfect team, bro. We got the perfect mixture of young guys, old guys, veterans who've been in. We got Kyle Lowry. We got that veteran that's on the bench that's been in the league forever but never plays. You know what I mean? We have a championship coach, and the most important piece of it all, we have MVP.
I'm sorry, J-Mo. I laughed at the Kyle Lowry thing for two reasons. One, because I know how you feel about Kyle Lowry, but I seen the worst clip about Kyle Lowry earlier today on Twitter, bro. I don't even want to repeat it. It was that bad. They said he distracted them from watching the game. That's crazy.
Nah, chill out. But yeah, I think we have a great mix of the chemistry. We have a great group of guys, and then we got VJ, man. VJ don't even know what he doing. He just go out there and hoop. Now he only had a 130-point game, I don't think, and he scored over 20 in the game 7. But that's the kind of team we have, bro. He can give us one great game, and then he could take a couple games off as long as he playing hard defense and running on fast break. He don't got to shoot well every game. Give us one game. PG gonna give us 2-3 games. Oubre gonna dominate that dunker and defense. Quentin Grimes gonna give us a game or two like he did last series, and then Embiid and Maxey take us home, man. I just feel like we got a great group of guys. I'm not sure who they're gonna put on Maxey. Probably Mikal. I'm anxious to see what Paul George does this series. He's probably gonna have OG on him. But as far as the Knicks, I know everybody keeps saying they're gonna try to run through Cat, get Embiid out on the perimeter, make him guard, make him do this, make him do that. But Embiid not worried about Cat. Embiid not worried about Cat at all. I think we'll be fine, man. I think it's gonna be a great series. I could see it going 7, to be honest with you.
All right. First of all, shout out Good Times Good Times TV 9690. We appreciate the subscription. We appreciate you subscribing. We appreciate that you like the channel. And secondly, you're not messing us up. I mean, it's a rule you didn't know about, and we, like I said, we appreciate you in the comments for sure.
No, good times, yes, sir.
But with that being said, I got Sixers and 6. I got Sixers and 6. Why? Because I think the Sixers can go multiple ways with Cat. For one, they could put Embiid on him. Embiid is good, strong enough to guard him on the perimeter and not allow him to attack the paint. But two, they could also throw guys like Kelly Oubre, who's going to get physical with Cat, could even pluck Cat. Hold up. Wait, hold on. Appreciate the super chat from Good Times TV 9690. He sent $9.99. Super chats do stop the show because we have to appreciate and shout out the support. We love all the support, but the monetary support, we definitely have to stop the show. He says, thank you. No, thank you, sir, because you didn't have to do that, but we definitely appreciate it.
Good time.
Appreciate you, my boy.
And we definitely appreciate the fact that you like the content so much that you felt like you should help us out monetarily. We 100% appreciate that. So appreciate you, Good Times TV 9690.
So, Carl, you saying Embiid gonna guard Josh Hart?
He could. I was gonna say they could have him roam. They could have him roam the paint, have him swat things coming at the rim. He could guard Josh Hart. Josh Hart does have the ability to hit the three, though. I will say that. But what if Mikal Bridges go cold? Maybe they have him roam on Mikal Bridges. You'll live with Josh Hart. I think it's different ways that the Sixers can affect the Knicks. Now, who's stopping Embiid on the other end is the real question. I feel like Embiid can also put Cat in foul trouble easily. Yep. You can Embiid the ball down low. Cat does some crazy stuff, gets in foul trouble. Now Mitchell Robinson's in the game, but then you can also throw in the mix that there might be Hacker Mitch. Now, instead of taking Mitch out the game for Hacker Mitch, Cat's in foul trouble. You got to leave him in. So I'm going to go with Philly here. Philly has great wings as well. Maxey putting pressure on the rim. VJ putting pressure on the rim. Ability to dunk on probably almost anybody on the Knicks, maybe outside of Mitchell Robinson, which you could probably get him too. PG giving you that crafty veteran who could create his own shots. Kelly Oubre has to knock down some threes, like you said. Quentin Grimes, shout out to University of Houston. Y'all know how I feel. You want a solid, good basketball player? Look at University of Houston. Shout out Quentin Grimes, a guy that could score, shoot the three, play defense. Now the Knicks, they have Jalen Brunson. But Jalen Brunson is kind of volatile, in my opinion. If he not getting to that line, he could shoot some tour dates from the field. So if you can contain Jalen Brunson, make other guys like Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, who I do like OG Anunoby, you make them have to beat you, even a Cat, I think it could get dangerous for the Knicks. So I'm going to roll with the Sixers and 6. Go ahead, Griffey.
I was laughing because I saw something online and it was about the matchups in this series and no one could figure out where Jalen Brunson, who was he going to guard, and it was hilarious. Some people were like, we just got to put Brunson on Maxey. I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. And it was like, no, we're going to put Jalen Brunson on VJ. I was like, that probably ain't going to work either. Oh, we could just hide him against Paul George. I was like, you getting cooked. And then, like, on the radio today, I heard, oh, yeah, we're just good. They can just play Jalen Brunson on Oubre. I was like, good luck. I was like, yo, I was like, where are you going to put this man? Who's he going to guard? Whoever he's going to guard, barbecue chicken is all I got to say. It's like Brunson is a great offensive player. But, man, this is a series. When I actually look at Philly, when I actually look at this team, it's exactly what J-Mo said. They're almost a perfect team. Like, this is the best team. Usually there's always, like, a weakness besides Maxey and Embiid on a Philly team. And then you just hope neither one of them gets hurt. But Embiid always seems to get hurt. And that's why Philly loses their series. And you're like, oh, man, if only they can stay healthy. Well, they got a good chance of staying healthy in this series. And the fact that they got VJ, the fact that they got Paul George, who I think is like a major X factor in this series, and the fact that they got Oubre, it's like, it doesn't bode well for like a Knicks team that has one great defender and another decent defender in Mikal. And like OG's the better defender, obviously. Cat's not a good defender, and Brunson's not a good defender. And the two best players on Philly are the center and the point guard. So it's like it'll be interesting to see how Mike Brown's game plan works, because this whole starting five can give you 20. I feel like their whole starting five can give you 20. It's a well put together Philly team that was like a sleeping giant. We were waiting for them to like be healthy, play. And now after we've seen them make that comeback, we all got to believe. I think it's unfair if we don't believe. And so I'm with you guys. I got Philly in 6. Part of me is saying it's going to go 7, but I got Philly in 6 because I just don't see New York. And I saw a comment earlier, I forgot who it was, that said New York gonna New York. It's like, yeah, they kind of are that kind of team where they just do something to mess everything up. Like, we all thought they were going to the finals last year, and then the Pacers just took off on them, and I didn't even expect that. I thought the Knicks were going to the finals too. But yeah, man, this momentum that they're riding, that Philly's riding, I got to ride with them, man. I'm riding with them all the way. Philly's in 6.
The chat don't agree with us, but hey, man, I appreciate y'all for still chatting. J-Mo, anything you want to push back on? Any comments you saw you want to push back on? Anything like that?
Nah.
Oh, hold up. Before you go, because I did see that comment. Oh, so Embiid will get hurt. I was like, okay, we're not trying to factor in injuries in this.
We're not
guys.
projecting injuries.
We're not projecting injuries in this. So I'm not gonna think about him being hurt. If he's healthy, yeah, it's Sixers and 6. All right, go ahead.
Oh, also, real quick, Milo Baller, I did have to skip one of your comments because again, this is a PG channel. You did have a curse word in it, so it's nothing to what you like said personally. Just we don't have the curse words and things like that on the show or in the comments, but we appreciate you for being in the chat. He says, "What do y'all think about Embiid?" I think Embiid one of the best. I mean, obviously, I think we all agree that Embiid is one of the best bigs, if not the best big in the league when healthy. So, if he's good to go,
best player in the East when he's healthy.
Amen.
I'm not gonna. I never said this. I'm
not gonna put Kate up there yet. I know that's why you said that to me. I got Embiid over Kate.
I never said this on like one of our shows or even on my show. But I will always admit when I'm wrong. And man, I was wrong. I thought Embiid lost a step. He didn't look like he lost a step in that series. He looked like obviously he started off slow, but that's normal coming off of like not playing basketball for a while. Ask Austin Reeves, he did the same thing. Yeah. But he is definitely still playing at a high level, so respect to him for that.
Let me a couple things. One, I agree with you about the defender thing with OG and Mikal. I think OG is the superior defender easily. I think Mikal is a good chasing defender. Like Mikal is a good person to put on Steph. He likes to run around screens. He got long arms. You know what I mean? I don't think Mikal is like an on-ball bucket getter. He'd get cooked. Right? I remember he's with the Suns. Luka torched that man. And I know Luka is one of one, but like on ball defending, I don't think Mikal's good, but he's not elite. I think OG is almost elite at on ball defense. Embiid, man, like this version of Embiid, where he's talking back to the crowd, you know what I mean, jawing at other players. This is when he plays his best. You know what I'm saying? When he's fired up, this is when he plays his best. Like when he had the ball in the post and JB was trying to punch at the ball and talk trash to him, and he just dogged him. Like, and he's talking about that. This is when Embiid is at his best. And lastly, I want to say this. Griffin, you said Embiid hasn't lost a step. Bro, can you imagine if he was healthy, bro? He don't even dunk the ball no more, bro. He don't want to come down hard on his knees. That's why he fall all the time. He don't want to fall down. Can you imagine, bro, if he was healthy? He'd be elite defensively, and he might be averaging 40 right now. Like, trust me, bro. I'm so happy that Embiid is getting his flowers now because all these years, everybody thought he was soft. He can't play through injuries. He came to the league injured. Missed his first 2.5, 3 years. So, like, I'm just glad everybody finally seeing that my man really be wanting to play. And when he out there, if he's not 100% or he 100%, he gives it his all, man. So, I'm just happy to see my man get his flowers, man.
Yeah, I would go and be. I know somebody in the comments said Giannis because he played defense. And B plays defense. He just defensively is not as quick as he was because of all the injuries and stuff. But
yeah,
Giannis not better than Embiid.
Yeah, no. I mean, you could say Embiid plays defense and he's way more well-rounded than Giannis offensively. So, but my thing with Embiid is somebody's talked about the pick and roll. They have Embiid and drop coverage all the time anyway. So you're going to have to just hit shots. And the Knicks, sometimes they do.
Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they really don't.
Embiid will drop coverage, so let it fly. If you ask me, let it fly. Cause
you actually have to get him in pick and roll coverage. Because again, if he's roaming, he might just be like, okay, do you? Or they just might have the guy just fight through it. So who knows? But I got Philly. I got Philly in 6. Everybody has Philly in 6, I believe, right?
I got Philly in 6. I'm just saying, I think it's gonna go 7.
Yeah, I wanted to say 7.
I think it's going to go 7 just because, like, you know what I mean? Hopefully we get healthier as it keeps going because Embiid still, like, you know, he's comfortable.
I don't watch the East like that. What dirty stuff does Embiid do? Besides flopping, what does he do?
It was a point in time where people were saying some of the things that Embiid did was dirty. That was
some stuff years ago.
He pulled Mitchell Robinson leg a couple years ago. It was one play where he stepped on Grant Williams' head on accident, though. That wasn't on purpose, but. Like,
yeah, I was like this year. It was
I understand Draymond, Dylan Brooks,
Lou Dort.
The guy we're facing, Lou Dort. I understand their reputation. I was like, when has Embiid? I'd never heard this.
Nah, it was in question a couple years ago for sure.
Okay.
But
I know he talks trash.
You can't see. This is what I'm saying. The comment. You can't we a totally different team, bro. Paul George averaged like 9 points against the Knicks in the regular season. If you think he gonna average 9 after what he just looked like it's like you can't even do no homework for us in the regular season. We a different team right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I always tell people don't take regular season numbers for like the
Look at
playoffs,
us.
and I feel like the media did that a lot when they were talking about the Lakers Rockets series, and then the Lakers just shocked everybody because they only looked at like what happens in the regular season. The playoffs, every team turns different, and every team turns it up. Especially when you're looking at the end of the season where a lot of teams are tanking, so you don't really get a gauge of what a real team actually looks like. Because say the Sixers are playing the Wizards, you really think the Wizards are going to go 100% at the end of the year? No. So it's like, don't take what the regular season numbers are for like gospel, like to show you what they are in the playoffs. Teams play completely different in the playoffs.
I mean, look at us. I think we were like one of the top teams offensively in the regular season. We struggled.
Mm-hmm.
Manufacture points in playoffs.
That's because I was missing 20 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's the point. Jalen Duren got in the playoffs and was a shell of himself. But yeah, the playoffs. I mean, the regular season is cool. It helps you like distinguish certain things, but at the end of the day, the playoffs are a different beast. Like, I mean, you could take some of the stuff regular season to the playoffs, but at the end of the day, playoffs are a different animal.
Yeah.
Good times. Are you a Sixers fan? Just because you say we, so just ask.
Good times.
Shout out to you.
Yeah.
But we'll move on. I believe the next series is actually Griffey's Lakers. No, it's actually mine. Sorry. Oh God. We got the Pistons Cavs preview. And if you've been a fan of this, not a fan, you've been a supporter of this show, excuse me, for a while, you know there was a topic about the Pistons and the Cavs if they meet up. And I was not so prevalent of this matchup, if I said that correctly. I did not want this matchup. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, because I felt like as a Pistons fan, it's two teams that's been really a thorn in my backside. And that's the Milwaukee Bucks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And now we got to play an upgraded Cleveland Cavaliers with James Harden. But with all that being said, if you heard me in the Magic Pistons preview, as I'm having some technical difficulties trying to put our comments up, my apologies. I said I think we have a chance to make the finals, even if we play the Cavs. I'm going to be nervous, but I'm going with Detroit in 7. Why? Because Cleveland showed to me that they are volatile against great or good defenses. Do we have the same amount of length as Toronto per se? Not per se, but we do have some length to affect a Mobley, a Jared Allen, a James Harden, a Donovan Mitchell. Now, my brother earlier said put Asar Thompson on James Harden. I say no, do not do that, because I think refs will be calling a lot of fouls on Asar if we do that. So let's put Asar on Donovan Mitchell, maybe Cade or help something. But I think we should put Asar on Donovan Mitchell. Now, the James Harden situation, JB, I'm going to let you figure that out. But I think Asar should go on Donovan Mitchell. But ultimately, I am going Pistons in 7. Now, if you're asking me for a whole ton of logical reasons, I ain't got a ton of them. I really don't. But I do think Cade is going to put pressure on the basket a lot. May even get Jared Allen in foul trouble, which their backup big is like Dean Wade. So if that happens, it's barbecue chicken to the cup. Again, their shooters have been inconsistent. Max Strus, we don't know if you're going to get consistent production from him or Sam Merrill, which I love Sam Merrill at Utah State, but he hasn't necessarily been consistent for the Cavs, at least last series. And lastly, I think this series gave the Pistons the battle scars that we needed. I think I think Asar is going to grow from this. I think Duren's going to grow from this. Hopefully, I can't bank on it, but hopefully he grows from this. Hopefully he doesn't give me the production he gave me against the Magic, which shout out to Jamo. He told me he really didn't have a good game against the Magic all year until like game 7. Like that's including the regular season. And I think even guys like Dennis Jenkins, he's going to grow from that series. Duncan Robinson may, that's an inconsistent guy shooting wise. You can say that comes back on my Pistons, but I think us defensively, I think we're going to affect a lot of what the Cavs like to do. Donovan Mitchell, to me, hasn't looked like the playoff Donovan Mitchell that I'm so used to seeing these last 5 games. Games 1 and 2 dropped 30, but ever since then, he's been shooting kind of inconsistent for the Cavs. So I got Pistons in 7. I think it's going to be a great series, a great I believe we're in the same division battle. But I think we close it out at home. And I'm gonna go. Who went first last time? J-Mo. Griffey. Pistons, Cavs.
Oh man, so now I kind of wish Joe was here for this because he was strongly on the Cavs side and I was strongly against the Cavs in the playoffs. He was strongly with the James Harden trade to the Cavs. I was strongly against the James Harden trade to the Cavs. And like I've been hard on the Cavs, so I gotta change my tone because after the series against the Raptors, it changed absolutely nothing. I do not believe in these goddamn Cavs. Why? Out of all the series in the playoffs, that Raptors Cavs series was the last one that should have went to 7. That should have been the last one to go to 7.
I agree.
Are you kidding me? Like the Raptors are a team full of third row stars.
Third options.
They're like the Chris Bosches, the Draymond Greens. They're not. There's no Kate Cunningham on that team. There's no Jalen Duren on that team, and there's no Azor Thompson on that team. How was that series in 7? Because it's the Cavs in the playoffs. The Cavs in the playoffs, like Donovan Mitchell has been scoring like nothing. He doesn't even look like the same guy that we've seen in the playoffs in the past. Donovan Mitchell, if the Raptors were even slightly a threat, like we all believed, they would have probably won that in 6. But the Raptors are just as bad. Like it just seemed like 2 overrated teams to me. And I know Cavs fans are gonna hate me for that. But did you watch that series? It's like, bro, more offense was non-existent on 2 teams. I would have expected to have offense. Well, one, the Cavs especially, I would have expected to have offense. What was like one game was like I forgot, like 40 something to 40 in the halftime. It was like so bad. It was
49 apiece.
Yeah, it was so hard to watch. And you expect me to come out of that series and then watch the Pistons come out of their series and pick the Cavs? You're out of your mind. I'm like, and I always hate picking the favorites every time. That's why I also picked the Sixers too on the last series, because you can't say I just picked the favorites because I picked the underdog there. But the Cavs aren't. I just don't believe in them at all. Even a little bit. I don't. And they proved me absolutely right in that Raptors series. Even though they won, they look like the team I expected them to look like. Very inconsistent. Very like shaky. I don't know what their game plan is most of the time. Their offense can completely go away and then come back. What Cavs team am I getting really? And then James Harden. What James Harden am I getting? Now Donovan Mitchell. I thought I always knew at least what Donovan Mitchell I was getting. Now I don't even know about that. And you're telling me you struggled against the Raptors and now you're going against Azor Thompson in that defense? All right, good luck. I'm saying all that just to say I believe it's Pistons in 6. It's just I don't see how you can be that bad against the Raptors and then somehow beat the number 1 team in the East. I know Pistons had their struggles with the Magic. I understand that. But even the Magic, I would have picked over the Cavs, to be fair.
Ooh, that's kind of. I don't know if I agree with that one.
No,
I was. I'm gonna say this
again.
though.
The Raptors don't have Apollo. Like,
I like Scotty Barnes a ton, though. I really do like Scotty Barnes a ton. I talked about him a lot coming out of Florida State.
He's like a 3rd star on any team. Like that.
They missed Emmanuel quickly that series.
I think that's very valid. And shout out to Good Times. He says he's from Philly. He's definitely a Sixers fan.
Yes,
I seen it. I posted it, but I asked him the question, so I wanted to say it verbally. Go ahead, J-Mo.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a I think it's gonna be an interesting series. I don't know about Asar on Donovan Mitchell. I don't know about that. They might want to put Asar on Harden.
I just think Harden too crafty. He gonna get him in foul trouble.
No, he's not, bro. This is the playoffs. They're not falling for that. They might give him 1 game or 1 half. But they're not falling for that, bro. You see how Asar played defense that first series. He's gonna come into this series with that same energy, and the refs not gonna bail him out, bro. The refs, I don't see the refs bailing James Harden out. But
I hope you're right.
Also, Carl, if Asar Thompson guards Harden and they're not bailing him out, he's gonna take Harden out of the game.
Facts. Now that I can agree with.
He's gonna take him out of the game, right? So we know what Donovan Mitchell teams look like when he has to do all the scoring. So if you just let Donovan Mitchell, whoever. Now, I don't think he's going to get off against Cade either. Cade is a defender too. Now, they put Cade on Donovan. I don't think he's just going to average 40 on Cade, but what I'm saying is if he do get off, You know what I'm saying? You know that's not the recipe for a Donovan Mitchell team to win. It's for him to just go off. Because every team he's ever been on in the playoffs, he normally just goes off, averages 30, and they lose because he don't got no help. So Harden gets the big men involved. You know what I'm saying? So if you take Harden out of the game, Donovan Mitchell gonna have a steep hill to climb. On the other hand,
I can't post that last comment, Dwayne.
on the other hand, Detroit, are they gonna have enough scoring? Are they gonna have enough scoring? Because I think that the key matchup, I think the most pivotal matchup of the series is Evan Mobley and Tobias. I think that's the most pivotal matchup of the series. Evan Mobley should feast on Tobias. If he is supposed to be this guy that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I remember his rookie year, he's shades of Kevin Garnett and all this crazy stuff. If he's supposed to be this third option that's going to average 20 points and be 6'10", 6'11", 7 feet tall, he should feast on Tobias, bro. Whether it's the rebounds, even on defense, he should be able to guard him. Evan Mobley should be like the X factor in this series, if you ask me. But Tobias, I always call him a B- mellow. He can operate in that mid range, bro. So, you know what I mean? They can keep the czar. He's smoking mid. So I think that Dennis Jenkins is going to be another guy that's going to be key for this series, because if you think K almost couldn't do it by himself against the Magic, I'm almost sure he's not going to be able to do it by himself against the Cavs. Like, I think the Cavs just have better offense than the Magic by default. Like, the Magic can't even, you know what I mean? They don't have an elite offense.
Do they though?
Yes.
Do they? Like I said, have you seen that Raptors series? I was like, I get it, the names and everything is that, but it's like, do they really? Because it's like, I feel like Detroit is definitely 100 times better in every facet than the Raptors. Everything. I was like, do you believe that Detroit's offense is at least better than the Raptors?
Yeah, but styles make fights, bro. Do you see how lengthy the Raptors are? First of all, Jamal Sheed.
Detroit is too, though.
Nah, but we don't have the
but they gonna have Duncan Robinson on the court, bro. And Tobias Harris is he's 6'8", 6'9", but he's not as strong and athletic as the guys that Toronto have, like Scotty Barnes. I forgot the dude. How you say his name?
Colin Boys. My boy, CMB, South Carolina.
Yeah, like it's just that I think styles make fights. Now, Duren, he gonna have to come to play, because him and Jared Allen both stunk up the joint and chose Game 7 to ball out. So they might cancel each other out if they both do it again. They stink up the joint again. So like, I think that Detroit has the better coach. I think Detroit has the best player, but at the end of the day, they still haven't proven to me that they have that second guy that they can rely on. Tobias stepped up, but he's going to have Evan Mobley on him now, bro. Evan Mobley is an elite defender. So I got to see the first couple games before I just say I believe Tobias is going to do that again.
Say this.
I'm going with the Pistons, though. I'm going Pistons in 7.
All right. I was saying this about, like, every team in the East. It's like, who do you really trust with anything? And I feel, especially with this one, because I was like, the Cavs were number 1 seed, and they were dominant, and Kenny Atkinson won Coach of the Year, all of that. And then what happened?
They lost to a team, though, that went Game 7 with the Thunder in the finals. A lot of people disrespect the Pacers.
I know.
And then the Cavs, this is the first year they healthy, bro. They've been hurt the last 2 years, bro. They was hurt last year. They always
do. They always have something, though. It's always something.
No,
if it's not hurt, they disappear. It's like, even when they play, sometimes the players disappear. And now I'm seeing it literally against the Raptors in the first round, which I thought they were going to at least win in 5. Maybe that was too presumptuous. I don't care.
I didn't think that was 7.
But like, I'm literally watching this game, and I'm like, how is this the Cleveland team that I'm supposed to believe in, when I'm seeing them like not have a good offense, not have good execution? Jared Allen had a great game because they still were missing shots in that Game 7, and he got like mad offensive rebounds. It was like, and now they're going against Detroit, who, again, some people can say, oh, we don't believe in them because we haven't seen them either. Well, what do you see in the Cavs that makes you believe? It's like, you can have the same argument with either team about whether you believe in them and whether you trust them in them. They've both been in the same situation where they both were the number 1 seed in the East. And then we saw Detroit struggle in the first round. We saw the Cavs struggle in the first round. I'm just saying, Do I believe in the Pistons a little more than the Raptors? Yeah, that's why I'm thinking like I don't really see how the Cavs can win. I know styles make fights, I get that, but the Pistons can be a better version of what the Raptors were. I mean, they still got length. They're not completely all over. I know you mentioned Duncan Robinson. I know they're not completely like lengthy like the Raptors. But it also gives them a better chance at offense than the Raptors. So
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying
I do need
Pistons.
Duncan Robinson to step up
yeah,
and
no,
actually knock down shots.
Pistons could have a better offense than the Raptors, but like, you know what I mean? Donovan Mitchell just had a down series. So if you tell me he's gonna have another down series, everything you're saying is 100% valid. I don't think he's gonna average 20, 21 points. I think he's gonna play better this series. I don't think he's gonna average 40, but
Yeah,
he
I
played
agree with
terrible.
that.
I don't think he's gonna play terrible again.
I'm
But-
not banking on Donovan Mitchell having another Raptor-esque series because he started off the series dropping multiple back-to-back 30s.
If he
then,
do, then
Yeah.
he just
Yeah.
this is a terrible run.
But this reminds me of the last show we did before the series. All these series went into 7, Carl. And I told you, I was like, I don't believe in the Raptors because do I believe that Donovan Mitchell is going to have another stinker like he did? And then he did.
Yeah, he proceeded to have-
And
that's
then
true.
he did. I was like, I don't believe Donovan Mitchell
Nah, he's
is
talking
going to
about the
shoot that
series.
back.
Period. We did a show last
Mid-series.
Saturday,
Yeah.
and they was in a game with 3 or 4. No, that was right when Toronto won Game 3, so it was still 4 games left. We didn't know at the time, but 4 games left, and yeah, Mitchell didn't shoot well at all for real.
Yeah, and I was like, I believe Donovan Mitchell will step back up. I don't think he's gonna shoot poorly for another game, and then he did it again, and I'm like, okay, maybe he will.
Hey,
So
Dave,
I was like,
I don't think Duncan Robinson did that since he was on your team, Dave.
I was about to say, Duncan give me 25. I never slandered
I don't
Duncan
think he
Robinson
did
ever
that.
again.
I don't think he did that since we found out he used to be a video coordinator. That's about the last time he cooked.
Wait, what? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they say he used to be a video. They say he was in a video. He used to be a video dude, and then he asked for, you know what I mean? He got promoted and all that stuff. But another thing about the Cavs, if they want to make a run, and I said this after game 2, if they want to make a run in these playoffs, Dennis Schroeder has to see the floor. Dennis Schroeder has to see the floor, man, because sooner or later, James Harden is going to turn into James Harden. Dennis Schroeder has playoff experience. He's not a liability on defense unless he's guarding Cade because he's 6'7". And he makes the right play, bro. He's a point guard. He play hard. He can score. He can guard 94 feet. He can assist to the big man. Like, I think Dennis Schroeder should get more burn. Carl, no, they miss Dennis Schroeder.
I missed the mess out of Dennis Schroeder. I'll tell you that.
So I think Dennis Schroeder should get more burn, man. Donovan Mitchell even came out and said, like, Dennis Schroeder held him accountable. He did like two, 3 dumb plays.
Didn't get
And
back on defense.
Dennis Schroeder got up in him like, oh, what are you doing, bro? You're supposed to be out, God. Get right.
Yeah, facts. I want to say this though, and then we can move on. I do agree with your point. If the refs not giving James Harden them BS bailout calls, I would love Asar on him. I just feel like James Harden being a crafty veteran, and I do see Asar sometimes get some ticky-tack calls and get him in foul trouble. I just don't want to risk it. But hey, if they're gonna let him play, I'm all for Asar guarding Harden. It's just I didn't see Harden get away with some BS, and I know that
Was he
like
getting away with it in the Raptor series?
He did at half court. No, they actually called a timeout.
Let me tell you something, Carl. If I'm Asar Thompson, soon as I'll let the Cavs win the jump ball. Soon as they win the jump ball, I'm running straight to Harden.
I'm with it.
I love that energy. You gonna hand him the ball, let him run it off. I'm running straight to him. I'm guarding you right here.
I love the energy. If they're gonna let him play, I'm all for it for sure.
I love them Thompson twins, bro. I love
Me
them.
too. And you remember how I felt when they got drafted. But and the last thing I want to say is you're absolutely right about the Evan Mobley X factor because Tobias Harris in both playoffs this year and last year was quite clearly the number 2 on the Pistons. So if Evan Mobley takes away Tobias Harris, I'm a little nervous. But if Tobias Harris can find a way to continue what he did, not only last year, averaging 2 more points per game, which people laugh at 2 more points a game, but it's still elevating your game because you got people that drop in the playoffs and average less. And you know, he averaged 20 last series against the Magic. If he could continue to do that against the Cavs may be in trouble. So, like, I do agree with that matchup being a pivotal matchup beyond everything else.
Mhm.
But we'll move on to, I believe, OKC and Lakers. Yes, the Lakers and Thunder matchup. In the spirit of how we've been doing things, Griffey. I'm gonna ask you who this time. Normally I wouldn't, but I'm gonna ask you who and in how many games.
Do I have to talk about it?
Yes.
No, I'm kidding. Nah, I'm always optimistic about my team. And like I said, everyone thought I was a madman when I picked the Lakers in 6 against the Rockets under shorthanded Lakers. I'm not doing that this time. It's OKC in 6. I'm surprised I'm even giving my team 2 wins. And people are gonna say, "Oh, I don't believe. I don't have faith. I don't." Some mountains are too high to climb, guys. It's really that simple. And I try to look for a weakness in OKC. And even with Jalen Williams hurt, they have none. They are top to bottom the deepest team in the league for a reason. And yeah, I'm gonna say it. Those games against the Rockets where they let them score the way they didn't give me much confidence. Maybe if they won it in 5, maybe I'd have more confidence. But I will caveat that with saying this: if Luca was playing this series, I would pick Lakers in 7. I don't get this idea that somehow Luca Lakers can't beat them. I was like, we almost beat them 2 times in a row last season with Luca, but some ref had a vendetta against Luca and kicked him out in the 4th quarter for some reason. But it's just like, can he really, as great as LeBron is, I understand he's still 41 years old. This is a very physical team. This can get very exhausting. It can get very tough. They're well coached. They barely make mistakes. And if you look at the interviews, even the Lakers know it. They're this, they're that, they're another thing. Even if we steal 1 game, hey, maybe we can steal 2 games. Winning 4 against the Thunder is a tall task. And I would love to be the team that ends their season. It's just like we're not fully healthy. We're not fully us right now. And we're not gonna be able. Austin Reeves is great, but he ain't Luca. LeBron is great, but he ain't 2018 LeBron. It's like we're still missing that one guy that can take us home in games. And he's out right now, and he doesn't look like he's coming back anytime soon.
J-Mo?
Yo, if Luca not coming back, sweepstakes. I'm sorry.
They're
I
not
don't
good.
think
But
I don't think the Lakers gonna win the game. OKC's playing with a sense of urgency, bro. They I don't see them winning the game, bro. I'm trying to look at like how they can win a game. Like, can they get hot from 3? Can they force the turnovers? Can they like? I don't see the advantage they have without.
it's
Luka.
like I just don't understand why. Okay, they're a great team. Why are they so unbeatable to people? Like I don't get that. It's like
I don't
No,
think
they're
it's
not
that.
unbeatable.
It's just
Y'all don't have y'all best
I'm about to
player.
say y'all don't have.
Y'all
Y'all
don't
don't
have
yeah,
Luka.
but we can get 1 game. That's what I'm saying. I was like, that's sweet.
Y'all
All right,
can.
cool.
I don't think y'all are. I don't think y'all
All right,
gonna get 1 game.
fair.
I don't think y'all gonna get 1 game. I ain't saying it's impossible. I just don't see it happening. Like OKC, man, they got everybody, well, except J-Dub, but I mean, they don't look like they miss J-Dub at all. I mean, I know they play Phoenix, but I mean, it's gonna be like the team ain't gonna be too far from Phoenix without Luka. But yeah, man, I think OKC just they better all over. You know what I mean? They got the coach, the players, the bench, the size. Like they just a better team, man. And they don't shoot themselves out of games with a bunch of threes. Like SGA had 40 points in the playoff game and he missed 3 shots. Like I don't even know who gonna guard him. Who gonna guard SGA?
think about that too. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see it, bro. I don't see it. They have their championship team from top to bottom. You know what I'm saying? They led the league in games missed due to injuries from players, and still had the best record in the league. Like, I don't think there's much explanation. I wish they had Luka. I love to see Luka, especially after that last time they played when they got blown out and then he got hurt. I love it.
I was like, we got Smart. We'll just put Smart on him. But
I was going to see, and the thing
I don't know.
I think he's going to use his aggressiveness.
Yeah, I don't know why we're asking who's on SGA.
Yeah,
it's kind of obvious,
smart, bro.
It's kind of
He's going to
obvious.
use Marcus Smart's aggressiveness against him.
Yeah, but I just don't see a scenario where the Lakers can win a game. Now they probably could, like I said, maybe could steal 1 game. I don't even see that, man. Like they got defenders, they got guys who can guard Austin Reeves, he's not gonna get off like he went against Houston. Like they got a whole team, bro. And Lakers unfortunately are missing their best player. It ain't like Austin Reeves gone or even LeBron gone. Like they missing their best player. So it's tough, man.
It's tough. I was like, but a sweep with this team. The reason I say they're not getting swept is because you got to give JJ credit. I was like, and I find don't give the Lakers credit. Even when everyone said we were getting swept against the Rockets, don't give them credit. Even with that momentum, don't give them credit. I was like, you're gonna tell me they're gonna go through that series and not gonna win one game against the Thunder? I'm like, yeah, you're pretty much saying the Thunder are unbeatable at this point. I was like, every team has weaknesses. Every team can be beat on a day. I'm saying we can't win 4. I'm not saying we can't win 1 or 2. It's like every team in the league can pick up a win 1 or 2 against any other team. Even the worst team in the league can surprise one of the best teams in the league. It happens. This is the playoffs. I'm not going to be saying all doom and gloom. I'm saying I hope they don't get swept, but I just don't see them getting swept because eventually they're going to have a game plan that OKC is not going to expect, just like they did against the Rockets.
Oh, that one's about me.
This ain't the Rockets, bro.
I'm not saying they are.
Okay,
I'm not saying they are.
Like Rockets have no, like, you shouldn't even bring up the Rockets series when you talk about OKC. There's nothing the Rockets have or like game plan wise. It's like OKC are far and away a better team than them. Like they got better scores.
They got the whole defensive thing that you guys were talking about with OKC. That's what I'm talking about. They have the whole defensive pedigree.
No, they don't.
And now everyone wants
to liability, bro. They don't have Shingun. They got Hartenstein and Chet, two elite.
The Thunder is light years better.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're the same tier. I'm saying they're good defensive team, just like the Thunder are a good defensive team. Now all of a sudden, Lakers beat the Rockets, and everybody forgets how much they were saying the Rockets were going to spank the Lakers when the series started. Now all of a sudden, that's completely
the Rockets
forgotten.
are not the Thunder, bro.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but before the series, you would think the Rockets were.
You're comparing the criticisms of the teams, and it's not warranted. They're not the same. Like OKC is far and away better than the Rockets in every aspect.
I'm not saying they're not.
No, we're saying defensively. You tried to say that they're like kind of the same.
No, I'm saying they're a good defensive team. So
they don't have an anchor.
No.
OKC
the Rockets have 1 or 2 good defenders.
Yeah.
OKC has a good defensive team.
All right. Either way, I'm saying even if they
Smith not a great defender, Shingun is like downright terrible on defense.
Whatever you want to say.
Like they got everybody on the Thunder play D.
Again, that's great. That don't add up to me saying completely believing, they're going to get completely swept. Yes, the Thunder are the better team. I get that. They're miles ahead of every other team in the West, maybe except the Spurs. Spurs with Wemby, I should say that, not the Spurs without Wemby. Maybe
they blew out Portland without Wemby.
Huh?
They blew out Portland without Wemby.
No. Yeah, but you kind of.
I get it. I'm trying to give the Spurs some credit beyond Wemby.
You know what I mean. They're miles ahead of everybody. But I'm just saying, I'm not gonna be completely doom and gloom on my team and say, they have no shot. Because what's the point of playing the series? You're gonna expect me to believe that the team's gonna get swept? Nah. I was like, I'll give him more credit than that because we still do have LeBron James. He can give you a game. But that's all I'm saying is he can give you a game. Maybe we'll take 2. Who knows? But getting swept, I just don't see it. I was like, you're really gonna go down 4-0 after proving everybody wrong in the last series. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it could happen, but here's my thoughts. Uncle Ben's, City Trends, SGA with a spin, Thunder in 5. And I'm only giving you one game because LeBron James probably going to have I'm not going out like that, even though he's been swept before and it's been recent. But I can see LeBron giving you I'm not going out like that one game. But I can definitely see a sweep. But I'm going to put some respect on LeBron and say, OKC in 5. I mean, it's just a mismatch. You don't have Luka. And Luka's probably not coming back. He has a grade 2 hamstring.
Yeah, he's not coming back. He's not coming back.
Yeah, grade 2 just means partially torn. So even if it's 99% torn, it's still a grade 2. It could be 1% to 10% torn, grade 2. Now, grade 3 is fully torn, which thank God it's not. So don't think Luka's coming back. So I love what you did against the Rockets. It kind of could have looked ugly for a while, but it's just a mismatch of two teams. So I got OKC in 5. I can't post the hey Jorge. I can't post those comments, brother. It slipped by me once. I can't let it slip by me twice. But J-Mo, you got to cut out.
You let it slip. Wait, I missed that.
LeBron
What?
wins
Not that it was a comment with LeBron and a music producer together, and I accidentally posted it for 5 seconds because I didn't read it. And I had to take it down real quick. But appreciate you in the comments though. You definitely been commenting. I definitely posting your comments. Can't post that one. But and that's what I said, Joe. That's what I said. He definitely got swept recently. Got swept by the Nuggets. Wasn't the TWolves? Wasn't that a sweep too?
And AD ain't coming back. They don't got no AD.
No, they didn't. The T-Wolves didn't sweep us.
That was a Denver.
Okay, T-Wolves.
No. He asked the team.
I asked because I can't remember if that was in 5 or if that was a sweep. But that was a series where a lot of people said the Lakers should have won that series and they lost in 5. So, but J-Mo, you got to cut out or you good for the last topic?
I think I'm gonna cut out, bro.
All right, last words before you leave, my boy.
Look, it's a pleasure to be on, man. I love doing show. I think it's like my second, maybe third show with Griffey. Shout out to you, bro. You always bring the fire. You feel me? Shout out my boy Carl. Hey, Carl, walk him down. Let's get it, man.
Hey, shout out to you.
Look, we going into this next series with some momentum, man. Let's capitalize on it, bro. Like, so we can meet up in the Eastern Conference Finals, like we always talked about. But
hey, that'd be lit.
Yeah, that would be lit. Hey, look,
you want to tell them the backstory?
Your crib, my crib, it's about to go crazy.
You want to tell them the backstory?
What's the backstory?
So for those who don't know, I know J-Mo since middle school, right? Since I was in middle school. He was already in middle school. But anyway, I used to bet this fool when we were trash, push-up bets all the time between Pistons, Sixers in the regular season. We used to bet each other when we both weren't good, push-up bets in the regular season. So if we could like have a bet in the ECF, I feel like that'd be a full circle moment. That'd be tough. So
that'd be tough.
Oh, hold on, Jorge. No one picked the Lakers in the series.
I was going to definitely.
No one picked the Lakers in the series.
After J-Mo's final words. After J-Mo's final words, I was definitely going to clear that up.
Yeah, but man, shout out to the whole R2L family, man. Always dope to be on the show. And yo, Sixers, let's get it, man. We game 1. Let's punch them in the mouth, bro. They think it's gonna be sweet. They think we scared of the Garden. Embiid, I want to see an IG post after the game. That's what I want to see, Embiid. Because this ain't look, Griffey. This ain't no Jaylen Brown. This is what Embiid does. He's a troll. So this ain't he ain't acting out of character if he get on IG. So Embiid, let's go, man.
He won't do a full stream though, blaming the refs.
No. With glasses on. How you like? Come on, Jaylen.
Hey, chill out. As a guy who
I ain't even know you wore glasses, cuz.
Hey, chill. They don't know I wear glasses either. So let's relax.
But no, appreciate y'all for having me on, man. Always love.
Take it easy, man.
Oh, he said he cleared it up. He said somebody in the chat said the Lakers were going to win. So he was
going that person. Okay. I was like, wait, what?
I was about to say I was going to help you.
I'm the lone Laker fan and I didn't even pick it.
Yeah, that's why I had it up there. I was gonna have you address that. Well, clear that up after. Like nobody's picking the Lakers. He's just fighting for his team to say they ain't getting swept, which I respect it. I really do. So shout out to you for that. But we got one last topic. As my boy probably had to, daddy duty, stuff like that. And the Sixers about to start in 20 minutes. Spurs, T-Wolves also tip off tonight. Real quick, I'm going to go on a small rant. I don't understand why the Sixers are playing at 8 o'clock and the T-Wolves are playing at 9:40 when the Sixers could have just been playing at 7 and the T-Wolves could have stayed at their time. And that way we don't have to stagger 2 games. So watch 2 games at one time. We could have just had them back to back. But I'm not a part of the scheduling. I don't know what's going on. Maybe some TV stuff that I don't know. But anyway, we got the Spurs, T-Wolves tonight. And from what I've seen, was questionable to play game 1. He should be back. I didn't think he would be back, but also respect to him. I'm gonna start this one you started last time. I love the Wolves. I got Spurs in 6. Spurs in 6. Here's why. I think this series, if Ant is back, I think he's rushing. So game 1, he might not look like Ant. I think he's going to be rushing. Might have to start, maybe come out, get some treatment and come back in. Maybe, I don't know. But I think the wing defenders that the Spurs have are going to hurt the T-Wolves. Against the Nuggets, it was a conga line to the basket. You want to get to the basket? Go ahead. You want to get to the basket? Hey, go ahead. With the Spurs? No, I did not actually. With the Spurs, somebody just asked me to put my beer in my mouth. No, I did not. I was splitting something with my beer. But anyway, with the Spurs, they have defenders on the wing. Stephon Castle. They have Fox, who could be a defender on the wing. Even at the perimeter. They have what am I blanking on his name for? I don't know. I just blanked. My apologies. But they also got Wemby. So they could play aggressive on the perimeter. You get by them. They got the ultimate shot eraser down low. And I think Wemby is going to draw Rudy Gobert out. So I got the Spurs, man. I just think defensively they're a lot better than Denver. They could score the rock. They got scores. Devin Vassell can score the ball. Stephon Castle can attack the basket. De'Aaron Fox, he can attack the basket, work the midi. Now De'Aaron Fox has to show up. For sure has to show up. But then you got Wemby. I think Wemby kind of plays around the perimeter too much on offense for my liking, but he can hit tough shots. He can hit shots. So that's going to be tough for Gobert to defend. Another reason why I like the Spurs over the T-Wolves, because I've not been the biggest fan of Julius Randle in the playoffs. It's been like that for years. Somebody said beer in my mouth. Now I got side of my beer just doing in my mouth. Jesus. But anyway, I'm not a fan of Randle in the playoffs. Even in that game 6 where they won, Julius Randle was doing some things where I'm like, bro, what are you doing? So I'm not really a fan of that. And I think McDaniels, although he went off for 32 against the Nuggets, he's not consistently that threat offensively. And I think part of that is kind of the system, because there'll be times where I think McDaniels has shots that he just passes up on. So I got the Spurs, man. Spurs have Luke Cornett come off the bench, who I thought was kind of underrated coming out of, I believe, Vanderbilt, if I'm not mistaken. And see what Vanderbilt, Wake Forest. Always confuse the teams. They like basically the same color, but and jerseys, not players. But anyway, yeah, Spurs and 6 for me.
All right. So I just literally just said in the last topic that the only ones that can match up with OKC are the Spurs, because especially with Wemby. So obviously I'm picking the Timberwolves. I only said that because I didn't want to ruin this pick. I'm picking the Timberwolves in 7 in this series, because I'm not just going to keep picking the favorites. No, I actually think the Timberwolves got a real shot at this, especially when I found out Ant Edwards was coming back. Now, what kind of Ant are we going to get? I don't know. I got to see the first game first, obviously, but I can't make the prediction after the first game. So I'm going to make it right now, and I'm going to say T-Wolves in 7, because I like it. I like the whole Jaden McDaniels gave him I feel like he gave the whole team so much confidence in that first series, talking the way he was talking. Also, Gobert did an incredible job against Jokic. Now, can he do it against Wemby? Wemby is like, are you gonna play, man? Are you trolling us? Like he can go off for like 50 and 30 rebounds. But is he gonna play? I don't know what the system is in the Spurs. Is like if they're like just gonna minute restrict him again in the playoffs. I feel like he's still being minute restrict.
No, I think he's gonna go.
Because he missed those games. So I was like, maybe they'll go back to their old way of using them and just like not let him play as much. But at the same time, I like how they match up everywhere else. I like how the Timberwolves match up everywhere else except center. And that's not a knock on Gobert, because I think he can match up pretty good after what he did to Jokic. But like everywhere else, Jaden McDaniels, Ant Edwards. I don't know who's starting over Vincenzo. Is it Io?
If Io's playing, which I can look that up, it's probably Io.
Yeah, it's probably Io. They got length on the bench, Terrence Shannon, those guys. The Spurs, like everyone wants to talk about these teams. Oh, they haven't proven it yet. Technically, the Spurs haven't either, guys. I mean, they just beat the Trailblazers. Like that, how impressive is that? I don't know. But everyone's already like saying this is the team and all this, but they haven't proven anything either. Let them get through this series, and then I'll be more of a believer. But again, I only said they matched up with the Thunder because I was trolling, because I didn't want to give up this pick that I was going to make on this segment. I think the Timberwolves will play really well against the Thunder as well. But that's neither here or there. That's for this series. And then this series, I picked T-Wolves in 7.
Io is out for game 1.
For game 1.
Thank you. I was about to say I was waiting on him to finish, but yeah, Io's out for game 1. So this is my thing, right? I think the T-Wolves is a really good team. I think they're a really good defensive team. But I think the Spurs match the T-Wolves very well on every aspect of what the T-Wolves like to do. And as much as I love me some Ant-Man, Ant-Man can be inconsistent. And what I mean by inconsistent, I mean as a shooter. You might get some games where Ant-Man is shooting a toy date. You might get a game where Ant-Man goes for 30, 35. One thing that's not really inconsistent, however, to me, is Wemby's dominance on the defensive end and has as much as he can dominate on the offensive end. So you have a guy like Wemby, who's like I said, the ultimate shot eraser. He's 7'4", can move like a guard, and the injury he had was a concussion. So if he came back from a concussion, minutes restriction over, he good to go. So it's not like he had like a knee or ankle or something like that where he could play, but I might hurt. Once you free, trust me, I had 5 concussions, 4 or 5 concussions in my life. I actually should know that number. That might have just scared me. I don't remember the full number. But anyway, I know how concussion protocol goes. And another reason, again, is just because I'm just not a fan of Julius Randle in the playoffs. And I just think his inconsistent play could hurt the Timberwolves against a team like the Spurs. So I get it. You coming from an aspect of the Spurs, not really that experience. And I'm 100% with you on that aspect. But again, you got the guys who can play so hard on the perimeter defensively because you have a Wemby right there racing shots. And who knows if Gobert has that same impact as he did against the Nuggets against the Spurs, because not for nothing, Jokic for the most part, as I got some bad news, Jokic for the most part really was the one doing his thing on Gobert beyond this series that just happened. Now, when they played before and the T-Wolves won, a lot of credit was given to Naz Reid and Cat for their defense on Gobert. So, yes, Gobert stepped it up, but can he continue that against the Spurs?
Yeah, but it's also like they also, you just mentioned the name I was going to bring up, and that was Naz Reid. It's like, how is going to look when Wemby's on the bench? That's a big thing. And I know they have Luke Cornett, but even then, it's like, it's a whole different Spurs team when Wemby's off the floor. So it's like, do I believe in like the Timberwolves bench? Not too much, but I do believe in Naz Reid a little bit, and him against Luke Cornett. I believe a lot more in Naz Reid than Luke Cornett. At the same time, and you say they match up well against the Timberwolves. I think Timberwolves match up well against them. That's why I say it's 7. I didn't say someone was going to sweep. I didn't say anything like that. I just think it's going to be a good fight, and if Dosunmu comes back, that gives them another weapon. Now, this game 1 is going to tell us a lot. It's going to tell us a whole lot. Now, if the Timberwolves lose, it depends how they lose. Did they get blown out, or did they lose by like 4, maybe 2 or something? Maybe
in the range like 10 or below. I get you.
Yeah, it's going to show like if they can actually match up, which I think they can. I think Ant can give you a game, and we've seen without Ant, Dosunmu can give you a game. Jaden McDaniels can give you a game.
Terrence Shannon Jr.
It's like they have guys. That was the biggest question for me about the Timberwolves coming into the playoffs is who else besides Ant? Like, who else? And now they showed me it's like, hey, we have a lot more. And Chris Finch does a good job as a coach, man. I don't think he gets enough credit that he deserves, but he does a good job. And I just want to see it. I think this is a great measuring series for the Spurs to see if they're that team, if they're actually that team. Because that Trailblazer series, it didn't really show me anything that we didn't already know.
I mean, yeah, shout out Portland. They're a scrappy bunch. I like Portland.
Yeah.
I did have Portland getting swept, so shout out to them for taking the game. But I agree. I do, like I said, I think this is a good matchup. I think this will tell us a lot about the Spurs. So I agree with that standpoint. It's just, again, and inconsistency, and now dealing with a worse knee injury leaves me with some concerns, and I'm just not a fan of Randle in the playoffs. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But with that being said, that is all our topics. We want to thank y'all for the chat. It was like the first time I ever had a chat where I couldn't keep up with. So appreciate y'all in the comments. Shout out to Jorge. Shout out to Good Times TV. Shout out to Cool Breeze 718. I came from shout out. I think his name was Robert. Shout out to all y'all, man. Yeah, we appreciate all y'all in the chat. Any last words, Griffey?
UEFA Champions League. Yes, tomorrow and Wednesday. I can't wait for that. Watch it. I'm gonna recap that on Wednesday when it's over on Zero Sports Talk. Other than that, I can't wait for more great playoff basketball. Lakers do not get swept because I know we can't win, but at least don't get swept. And if they don't get swept, I'm gonna be on the show and I'm gonna talk ish because we didn't get swept. And I saw Joe. I
Don't
saw
direct them to
Joe
me.
in the
Don't
comments
direct them to
too.
me.
Yeah, you at least said 5. I saw Joe in the comments too. I was like, he ain't gonna invite me back if we at least take one game. Nah, but other than that, appreciate y'all having me. Appreciate the takeover once again, the hijack that we did. Shout out to the original Joe, Dave, Tomo. I know people want to see y'all back. But it's been fun. It's been fun hosting.
Yeah, man. For sure. Appreciate you for coming on. Appreciate Joe, Tomo, and Dave for trusting us to hijack the show for the last 3 of the last 4 shows. So if y'all tune in Thursday and y'all see 3 brand new faces, just know we hijacked it. Joe, Tomo, and Dave are normally the hosts of this part of the network. And all I'm gonna say is, while you can't direct your comments at me if y'all take a game, they will be on you just like you will be on them if y'all get swept. So the chat will be fun, whatever happens.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Whatever happens, the chat should be fun. Again, shout out my Pistons for walking down the Magic 3-1. I don't want to hear nothing about a Franz Wagner. They was up 24 at one point in the third, missed 23 straight shots, should have closed it out. The Tigers, man, had a bullpen day with Schoolball. The bad news I was talking about, the Red Sox just hit a 3-run bomb to take the lead 3-2. Oh, that hurt. That hurts so hard. That hurts my heart, man. But we won the last series. Shout out to them for beating the Rangers 2-1 in the series, winning on Sunday Night Baseball, and completing the trilogy. Hold on, producer just texted me. We got some predictions from Tomo. Producer, I need them though. You texted me, you got them. I need you to send them to me so I can mention them. But another thing I want to say, CTC, we just dropped our top 5 college basketball transfer portal winners. And one of them that was in the top 3 just signed Duke Harris. Tennessee just signed Duke Harris. So I made my show a little too early because now Tennessee just signed Duke Harris, and that would have probably put them number 1 in my top 5. They was number 3. So if you go back and listen to it, just know Duke Harris was not signed yet. So, and it's funny because somebody in the comments of that video asked me where would I put them if they signed Duke Harris yesterday, and they just signed him today. I said I would have put him number 1. So just if you watch it now, just know that was pre the signing of Duke Harris. All right, so Joe just sent me Tomo's predictions. Again, Tomo is one of the main hosts of the main show. Tomo has the Sixers in 7, OKC in 6, so he's with you on that one, Griffey. Spurs in 6, and my HOA co-prayers got Pistons in 6. Shout out the HOA co-prayers, Tomo. And Joe said he will be making his predictions Wednesday on Unfazed. But please like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps the channel, helps the network. Shout out. Oh, I'm so sorry. Cool Breeze did have a question. We never answered it. He asked, what makes the Spurs leapfrog the Thunder for like a finals contender? I don't think they do, by the way. I don't have the Spurs leapfrogging the Thunder. I think the Thunder are better.
Y'all heard me. What I got about the series.
Griffey basically answered your question. I don't know if I can find it. It's buried in all these comments. I'll try to find it. But yeah, I think the Spurs won the regular season 4-1, but that's the regular season. I watched like I said, tell people all the time.
Regular season don't matter.
I watched my Pistons beat the Cavs in 2016, 3-1, get swept. I watched the Pistons beat the Knicks 3-1 the regular season, lose 4-2. So the regular season, while yes, you want to win those games, when it comes to the playoffs, it kind of holds no weight. I do have the Thunder going back to the finals. So anything before I gotta do the cleanup?
Oh, finals prediction. I got the.
Yeah, somebody asked. I got Pistons.
I got the Thunder and the Sixers as of right now.
I got Pistons and Thunder, man. So you might call mine a little homer pick. Oh well. So what?
Fair.
I think the Red Sox just scored again. I think that's all I got as far as my final words. Now for cleanup again. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. We appreciate Good Vibes TV. If I could try to find it. Does this? Yes, it does. Again, we appreciate Good Times TV 9690 for the $9.99 super chat. Definitely appreciate the love and support. So just want to shout you out at the end of the show for that. But we have multiple shows on this network. Like I said, we are a network. So we have Unfazed, I just talked about with Joe and AJ. They will be live Wednesday. He did not tell me a time. Producer, I know you're still in here. Text me a time. I'm assuming 9:30. That's what time they went live last week. So I'm assuming 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. That's featuring Joe and AJ. So make sure you check that out. It's probably gonna be another playoff He's 8:30. They're going live 8:30. He just texted me. So 8:30 on Wednesday. Oh, excuse me, 9:30. He just corrected the text. It's 9:30 on Wednesday. So make sure you check them out. We have BWT, Baseball with Teddy. All your baseball needs, check out Baseball with Teddy. As the Yankees are going for the sweep against the Orioles, he is a Yankees fan. I'm gonna try to be quick because the Sixers should be tipping off in 5 minutes. We have FCC, Football with Coach Coombs. He's rebranded his show. It used to be Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. He still touches on fantasy football. However, he took the fantasy out of the title so he could talk about football year round. And then when it's time for fantasy football, he's going to base the majority of the show on fantasy football. So make sure you check him out. We have Dave's Doghouse, highlights and lowlights of sport. I'm pretty sure Cade Cunningham about to be a dog. Oh, also, we have BWT and BWT is going live tomorrow, so make sure you check him out. And FCC is going live Wednesday. So shout out to Joe for texting me that. Next, we have RBO, Real Ballers Only. We may or may not be getting an episode soon. The only reason why I don't know, because shout out to Vaughn. He just got married this weekend. So shout out
congratulations
to him, and congratulations to him as well. Hopefully he had fun. Shout out to him. So again, I don't know if he's going to drop an episode this week because very big weekend just happened. He is an NBA. Here's an NBA show. He is a Magic fan. So make sure you check him out whenever he drops. Next, we have my show, Carl Talking College. Yes, y'all saw me up here talking NBA. I do NFL topics, but my show is featured around college basketball and college football. I'm dropping once a week right now, but in season, you can catch me dropping 3-4 episodes a week. So please subscribe to that as well as all the other ones. Next, we have In the Red Corner, who's going live this Sunday. That's featuring Ty, Ricky, and Tomo. They go live on Sundays, not every Sunday, but when they do go live, it is on Sundays, as you can see this Sunday, and they go live around 6:30. That's a boxing show for all your boxing needs. Check out In the Red Corner. And Griffey, take it away. Talk about your show.
Yep, Zero Sports Talk. I cover all the biggest stories or biggest events and biggest stories of every sport that's going on currently, except I don't talk about a sport if I'm already talking about it in another show, so that's why I haven't been talking about basketball. And I've been strictly focusing on the UEFA Champions League because we need more soccer fans out here because that sport is so much fun to watch, especially in Europe. So I will be covering UEFA Champions League on Wednesday. After that, I'm going to focus more on baseball. I'm going to give a quick recap on some of the things that happen in baseball, but man, I said it before on the last show. I'll say it again. Baseball's been weird this season. I'm literally lost trying to keep track because I keep track of every sport, even college, everything. And it's like every time I'm looking at a story about a game or a highlight of something that happened, I'm so confused as to what's going on. Shout out to Braves, by the way. Apparently, they've been dominating everybody. So shout out to them. My Dodgers finally broke a losing streak. Thank God for that. Justin Robleski's become Clayton Kershaw all of a sudden, and he's like our 9th best starter. So that is hilarious. He has like a 1.25 ERA on the season. But other than that, the game is about to start, so I got to wrap up. Back to you, Carl.
All right, in the last show, we have AJ's a part of Unfazed. He does do his own thing about AJ's Birds. He's an Eagles fan. He should be dropping an episode probably Wednesday, talking about post-draft with the Eagles. So if you're an Eagles fan, tune in. Well, the show is AJ's Birds, but it's a part of his full timeout channel. So make sure you subscribe to that, as well as all of our channels, all the shows that I've mentioned. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to those as well. And if you like what you're listening to, stick with us. Again, we want to shout out all of y'all for being in the comment section. And y'all go enjoy some good playoff basketball tonight because it should be fun. But with that being said, we're signing off. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.